Fucking Jim Jam. Fucking Peony.
Fucking Matthew.
Fucking Peony.
Like Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Oh.
What's going off here?
I just got booted.
Yep, same. Let me just see if they've been booted as well. Back in a sec. Did you just get booted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. How long was left to practice?
Oh, fuck off.
23 minutes.
Right, so just 20 minutes will do. Time race.
I didn't even get a chance to test my setup. Bastard. I don't like it.
Restart lobby.
Let me see you do it. Let's do it. Same password?
Yeah, same password, mate. Yeah.
Are you in yet?
I am, yeah. Just coming in now. Ha! I'm blocking DJ Phil. Who's in the Mercedes? Sutty's just texted me. Oh yeah, Mike is. Sutty's just texted me. He was going to race, but the dog's asses have just come back, so he's not going to.
Okay.
So fair enough. Right, I'm back in the car box. Best of luck, chaps.
See you again.
Are you in?
Yeah, my car's in front of Fury's pit box.
Yeah, mine's in front of DJ Phil's. Oh, Ratchet's in the Mercedes.
And he's came in. He's class 16, and Dan's going to be pissing and jeffing about that.
That's actually quite funny. Did you die? Yeah. Unlucky, mate. Just leave it down there and I'll plug it all in tomorrow. Do the Christmas lights in the conservatory for me, bud. Senderbad. Senderbad? Thank you. Fuck, I need a win. A wee again.
You've just been had one.
I know, mate. I'm pissing like a fountain when I drink. Come down and yeah. Night, love you. See you in the morning. Right, let me go again. Fuck me, I need a wee.
Why are you braking there, Phil? You're braking through the corner, not...
Motherfucking peenie.
You're Russian. You see Tibbs already moaning about like, people signing up for Prague.
Yeah. It's kind of annoyed me.
It's the weekend.
Like, mate, I tag everybody the day before and on the day. So give me 5 fucking minutes to tag people, do you know what I mean?
Fuck off, you little American fucking...
Honestly, it's beginning to annoy me.
No!
15, that's... Oh, my foot! Oh. Yeah, I've got more problems than he has, and I still carry on. No, Ragnar's quite quick, so in theory he'll take points away from Danik and Bavaba, couldn't he?
Who's that?
Ragnar.
No!
Oh, Ratched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said he's doing Am tomorrow night.
He has said he's doing Am, so yeah, he is pretty quick, to be fair.
And if he takes points, because there's no De Hoffner or Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah. I think they feel like they're racing Pro-Am now. Because I said if you want to race Pro-Am, you're more than welcome to, but you're still in Am. Like, you won't score points for Pro-Am. They're like fucking sure thing. Right! We'll go live in a few seconds. I'll count us in as normal. I'm just sharing the stream a minute. Fucking Peony.
Matthew.
Peony. So all them times have just been deleted. Right, so there's 11, possibly 12 with thingy. Sooty was going to race, but his ashes have just come back from his dog, so he's not. Yeah, just chuck it somewhere. I'm not allowed to open that one apparently till Floyd gets back. What's up, yeah? That's pissed you off, hasn't it?
What?
Them.
No. Axel and me trying to fucking rush around and get shit together so I can cook up the sins.
You don't need to worry about going upstairs, baby. Don't rush yourself about. I will be eating. Tiger will tell you while commentating, just let you know. So if I go quiet, talk. Roger?
It'd be Matt's stuffing his face right now with food.
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here for the penultimate week of racing. It is Nürburgring, and it is a night race here in Germany. Now, if this was Germany in the real world, it would be covered in snow, because I know that Munich and Stuttgart have both had quite a bit of snow. I don't know where Nürburgring is in relation to them, but yeah, not the forecast you'd have want. We don't have snow. We've got a 10-degree track temperature with rain and the night time. So this should be an absolutely fantastic race for us all to witness. I'm your host, Matthew Duffin. Joining me in the box tonight is my PS4 GT4 co-commentator, PN Motorsport. PN, said your name right. Good evening. How are we? Welcome to the comms box.
Well, you haven't called me Empalava. So.
No. Yeah. That's a fair one.
Confused.
Matthew Juffin.
That's the new name, Matthew Juffin.
Yep.
For this season.
How are we, PN? Are we good?
Few issues, but can't say on comms.
Got to be happy to be third in the championship in the PS5s. Second.
Don't know how. I was appalling last night. The car just did not want to work. I kind of missed the Bentley.
Got to be in it to win it. Either way, we're here at the Nürburgring. Night race, lot of rain around. As that looks ominous for Dan.
I just saw Daz.
Daz has done the same thing.
I just saw Fury.
Yeah, Fury's done the same thing.
Oh no, don't tell me they're going to...
Dan is out the lobby, as is Fury. No, Dan is still in the lobby.
No. This is not boding well, is it?
It's not boding well. Right, well, we've got some drivers out on the circuit. They're not disappearing into space. We've got Agent Tibbles with us tonight. Exist Tibbs is currently the quickest man on track from Daz Automatic, with Fury not in the lobby. He's in it now. He's P3. DJ Phil is P4. After a good night for Phil finishing 4th last night, can he replicate that one tonight? Future Revenge actually goes P4 now. AA Ratchet coming in for the final, as a filler driver in for tonight to fill the grid up. The Much Nuts, he's also here to fill up the grid. Unorthodox, Smoky Devil, Peaceful Explosion, who is off, and Dean Wasabi also in the lobby as well. Louis Allen is going to try and make race 1. He's not holding any promises, but we'll hope to be here for race 1 nonetheless. And that you can hear in the background is my nephew, who fancies his hand at a bit of commentating tonight, it sounds like, as he runs into the other room and escapes. PN, 11 drivers, possibly 12 with Louis Allen, hopefully going to be able to make tonight. But it's all about that title fight we've got at the moment. It is an extremely, extremely close fight between Dan and Fury.
Yeah, and these transitions are not going to help one or either car, because they're both front-engined rear-wheel drive. You'll probably want a mid-engine car? There's no four-wheel drive in GT racing, before anybody says anything. Oh, Audi R8's four-wheel drive. No, it's not. It's rear-wheel drive.
We've seen a lot this season that when it has been the wet conditions, Dan has seemed to thrive over Fury in his Chevrolet. Is this the kind of form that Dan needs to continue tonight? Obviously, he's 12 points behind in the championship. So for Dan, he's got a lot of work to make up.
Yeah, well, it might suit the Camaro more because it's a bit more of a brick. Really,
Yeah.
a bit like the Bentley tomorrow night on GT3s. There'll be 4 of them on the grid for Am.
There will, because Ratchet should be racing in the AM League as well tomorrow night, so that'll be interesting to see. And I suppose he could also be a filler on the Pro-Am on Wednesday night as well, if he really wanted to.
So could I.
Now, apologies if I'm slightly quiet at the moment. Tagliatelle is being consumed during this free practice session and qualifying. So do apologise, but we are going to bring you as best coverage as possible. So like we said, Louis Allen is hoping to make it in. Again, apologies for the cameras. We cannot be helped with them at the moment. They are still down. Obviously, we know that's why we're doing the PS5 stuff on the Tuesday night, and that is why we are not on the Sunday night. Sorry, that's why we're not doing AM on a Tuesday night. Grid order will look like this. It'll be Daz Automatic on pole with DJ Phil. With Dean Wasaki in second place. DJ Phil will be third with Tibbs in fourth. Louis Allen, if he gets here, will be fifth. If not, Mike will be fifth. Then it'll be Unorthodox. Fury, Future Revenge. Keegs, if he turns up, he didn't say, he'll be P10. Sutty won't be racing tonight, so I can remove his name from the list. And we hope Sutty gets back well soon. Kishanya Griffey's back will be P12. Dennis Newman will be P13 and Smoky Devil P14. Them two guys obviously aren't here. Smoky will be starting last. And if you're wondering why, because of the championship order, that is because he didn't confirm by 7:20, meaning that he has missed the curfew. We'll have to start from the back. Ratchet will start very, very dead lasso.
Yeah, in the Merc, interesting choice, and he's not in because he signed up in AM as 16. We need to curb people having the same numbers, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it was a late entry in, so I don't know how aware he was of other people's numbers. He can't see the GT4 page, so yes.
No. And I got a feeling Dan won't be happy about not having his 16.
He was the one who asked for another driver in, so yeah. Can't have everything in life, can we? No. Either way, this is the way it is going to be, and it's going to be great to have Ratchet here for the evening. Obviously, 2 races, a 20-minute sprint and a 45-minute feature race. It'll be fantastic to see Ratchet here in all of these. And it's another driver on the grid, and interestingly as well, it's going to be obviously that of another Mercedes-Benz that we'll get to see what it can do.
Yeah, well, pretty handy with Mike the last few weeks.
Yeah. Couple of podiums, a win last time out as well.
Yeah, his first win since, 2020, probably?
21, I think it was possibly, 21.
It'll be me having a long win streak next, because I might have to take the season out for medical reasons.
Fair enough.
And make it up. Try it a bit better. Get good. As evening to Fury's granddad and Tracy can chat. As Matt
Just looking.
Tacatelli.
Apologies. Just looking at that. Look, Dan 2.3 quicker than Fury.
Yeah, but
Dan means business tonight.
He does mean business. He's got to make the points up.
He really has,
no
hasn't
choice.
he? Yeah, he's got to make the points up. He's got to make sure that he gets the job done over Fury. He's got to close that 12-point gap. And this is the big thing for Dan here, is he needs to make sure he gets that 12-point gap, because if he doesn't, well, going into Mizano, where you have to kind of favour the BMW.
Yeah, because it's a bit more grunty, and, well, I love the Nürburgring anyway, even the Grand Prix circuit.
We get the full thing next year, Pian. We're not far away. We get the full thing.
Well, spring for PC. We don't know for PS5
Well,
and
I've
Series X.
seen other leagues have posted July.
Yeah, but are they clutching at straws? Because we don't
Well,
know.
I don't know. They've already announced July, so let's kind of wait and see. I'm hoping July. July would be fantastic if we got it for July.
Yeah, but I won't be racing, because if it's the same weekend as the real race, I'll be watching the real race.
The actual 24-hour of Nürburgring.
Yeah, I'll be watching the real race
there we
on
go.
YouTube.
Well, we might have to do our own 24-hour of Nürburgring.
Or as somebody once called it the Nurno.
Don't know who that was. Some absolute legend, I do believe.
Yeah, who fell asleep on stream, and I had to jump in and take over.
Right, so you've got the wrong person then. Because it wasn't Bozzy who called it the Nürburgring.
No, but he flung animal mud at people.
He did.
Funny enough, at the Nürburgring.
It was
he
at
fell
the
asleep.
Nürburgring. That's the last time we raced the Nürburgring. That's a fair point. That is the last time we raced the Nürburgring, where Bozzy Boy was throwing animal mud and wrecking warehouses. That was the last time we was at this circuit. So there we go.
And then fell asleep.
And then fell asleep. What a guy. What a guy. Well done, Bozzy.
An evening to Benny, our Wednesday night co-commentator.
Yeah, very good evening to Benny, our Wednesday night co-commentator. Miss Benny. I like working with Benny. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He didn't do very well in the Jag, though, last week.
Nah. Maybe the Jag was a brave choice. Too brave.
Hey, he's doing well. He's doing well. You know,
Yeah.
let's give him some credit. He is doing very, very well in the car he's chosen.
Yeah. What, rain plus night plus cold? Cannot wait. We've got cold and night plus possibly rain for Sunday for the PS5 stuff at SNET. At my local circuit and Gary 131's local track.
Yeah,
The
Gary
Smithers-
131, I'm sure, would want to do absolute bits around there. So obviously it's AM tomorrow night. That one is not streamed. If you want to catch drivers' POVs, head over to Twitch, check out PM Motorsport. And drivers like Dean Wasocki, if you want to head over to Twitch now, I know for a fact that Dean Wasocki, Unorthodox and Fury are all streaming. So our streams I have to my left. Go to YouTube. Mike Matthews is also streaming his POV, as is Daz Automatic on Twitch. And as always, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel here at Simplay Motorsport for all your racing action. As we come to the back end of the PS4 season, Pianin, a bit like the Project Cars 2 days, we wave goodbye to a platform that has done us well, has served us, good couple of seasons. But this year, with the cameras going down, it's really made our job difficult.
Yeah, it's been a tough season this season to spot the action properly, and because you don't get a sense of how the battle's going by just chase cam or even on board cameras. It's just not the same.
Yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't the
But-
same.
We'll wave goodbye to the PS4 next week after Pro, and
Yeah. Look to brighter days on the PS5 version.
which is looking lovely on the stream, and especially my
It is.
auxiliary lights lighting up the front end of that Ferrari.
It is. Right. As we look then to the championship tables, they're the wrong ones. Let me just get the correct GT4 championship standings. There we go. Right. As you can see on your screen right now, Fury is 8 points clear of Dan. 12 points clear of Dan. And that is how close it is. 12 points clear. 142 still left up for grabs. But Dan is 12 behind. Smokey Devil, still mathematically in this championship, is 141 behind. He will be eliminated after race 1. That is a given. He's got to race it for Dan and win it, and for Dan and Fury to not score. Peaceful is in P4. He's actually gaining on Smokey Devil. That gap is 66. Future Revenge is up to 5th, with Dennis Newman dropping down to 6th. Louis Allen, hopefully here for race 2, is in 7th. Tibbs should climb above him into P7. DJ Phil is in 9th. He will look to get ahead of Louis Allen. Kishenyuk is 10th. PM Motorsports down in 11th, who started the season, obviously jumped in the box for me due to losing Jamie Brazier earlier this season. De Hoffner and Dr. Who, 12th and 13th. Dean Wasocki could try and jump above Doctor Who tonight with a couple of good results towards his name. Then it is Suchi Apex, Gary 131, Bryn, who we lost, John Andrews, who's recovering from surgery, Ema Kizzle, Lucas Roth, Daz Automatic, Monkey Boy, Overtaker, Shane, and then we have the Mutts Nuts and Ratchet at the bottom of the pack. Who tonight, PN, is the ones to watch?
Well, judging by his pace last night in GT3 PS5, Phil.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know how.
Louis come in, but he's in the wrong car.
No, Louis going to win in the Honda.
Right. Yeah. That's cheating, Louis.
That's a bit cheating. Yeah. Well, Dan and Fury will want to get to the front and get the max level of points.
Yeah.
Someone needs to just figures out if Louis leave now, we won't be able to get in.
He will. Yeah, he will.
Oh, we've got a minute and a half white, which is a lot better than the 30 seconds we have in the PS5 stuff, because we can't get it set up properly.
Yeah, that's my bad, so...
Literally,
Well, I say it's my bad. There's no other option until we get the server live on the PS5 version. There is no other option.
I'm literally qualifying with my race setup. So it's on the car, ready to go, with race fuel.
Yeah, why not? You know, why not? Who's your race 1 winner going to be then, PN?
Ooh, that's got to be a tough one. Who am I going to put the commentator's curse on? Yeah. I want to say Mike, but I'm not going to say Mike. Smokey, maybe, if he could get the BM working.
Them Chevrolets, Tibbs and Dan was first and second in practice here.
The Tibbs starts a bit further up the grid than Dan as well. I reckon Tibbs could be a shout. As my car, I don't know who I've devoured in the Bentley.
Well, Louis Allen is in the pit lane apparently, but he's in the wrong car.
He's in the wrong car.
Yeah, he's gone. So hopefully he comes back in now and gets back onto the track. Even if he starts this race, it's points.
Yeah, even if he starts a lap behind or 2 laps behind, it's still points. And I don't think you probably won't be last doing that either.
Yeah. Now, couple of things to mention tonight. If Fiore takes pole position, it'll be his 25th. If Mike is doing both races, it will be his 250th.
Yeah.
In terms of car statistics, BMW need 3 podiums for 100. So, a few bits can happen tonight, PM.
Yeah, I've eaten the Mutts Nuts. And I said that on purpose like that as well.
Has Louis got in? That's brilliant. He has. He's at the back of the grid. He's in. Brilliant.
He is in. He is in this BMW.
Brilliant. Really good to see.
As they all now start firing up and hitting drive, ready to go. The temptation to hit drive as well. And sort of
So Tracy in the chat says, hello everyone, let's go Tibbs. Evening to Fury's granddad. Good evening everyone. Rain plus night plus cold, cannot wait. I have a decent setup for the Nürburgring, so it should be good with a Jag. Kishenyuk is still in the top 10. Let's go. Shame his pedals failed him. By the way, I love the new graphic for the standings map. Thank you, Nexus. I love you too.
We have Nexus. We do.
And the bonus is PN now is everybody's away, so everybody makes a start.
Yep. Tips for the win, Tracy just said. Yeah, that'd be nice. And
Evening to Laura in the chat. Tibbs for the win. I'd love to see Tibbs win.
yeah,
I'd love to see Tibbs win. Right, Daz should be on pole. He is. And it should be Dean. It is. And it should be DJ Phil, Triple D, at the front of the pack. It is. And it should be Agent Tibbles, P4, yes. Louis Allen should be lining up in P5 as he flies through the pack now.
Yeah, he's making his way up. He's now behind Tibbs.
He's in position.
His pro teammate.
His pro teammate, yeah. Then it should be Peaceful Explosion. Indeed it is. Then it should be Dan. Then it should be Fury. Then it should be Future Revenge, which it is not. And then it should be Smokey. And then Mutsnuts and Ratchet at the back. Which they are. So Future Revenge out of position here.
Again. No, he's in front of Mutsnuts and...
Yep, meant to be ahead of Smokey.
He's meant to be ahead of Smokey, so...
Smokey failed to confirm, so therefore starts at the back.
I don't laugh. We hope Tibbs gets a win.
No, I genuinely do. I think Tibbs has come on so much this season since being in pro.
And the GT4s are a lot more even cars as well. Really.
Yeah.
Apart from the KTM being slow on the straight line, but really quick around the corners.
Who are we going on board with? I think we go on board with Tibbs for the start.
I'm going to watch
P4.
from the back.
Yep.
Because that's where the chaos would be. I'm on board Ratchet. Or Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, here you go. Excellent game, by the way. Games.
Brilliant games. Brilliant games.
Let's go off on a tangent again with our commentary. End of the penultimate week of the season on the PS4.
It's a long formation lap here, though.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be Spa.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, imagine Spa on the PS5 version in the dark.
Just imagine any of the tracks in the dark on the PS5 version.
Oh wait, we had that last night on Donington. Oh, Mudsnuts has gone a bit sideways. Yep, okay. We're going rallying. Okay, let's go rallying.
Clearly getting some heat in them tyres. Nice and Mutsnuts and Ratchet to step in tonight.
Yeah, it is. Well, I had to come into the com box and replace Jamie. There's Dan's car just disappeared and reappeared.
Yeah.
Yep,
Dan's been having internet problems lately.
Yeah,
So-
we had him on
Last week,
Pro-Am.
GT4s. No, it was Pro-Am. Yeah, Pro-Am,
It was
apologies.
Pro-Am, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Pro-Am back in his Aston Martin.
So Future Revenge is behind Smoky Devil once again. As we go on board with Tibbs. The chat going with Dan for the win. PN, who you saying?
I was going to say Tibbs, to be honest. I think Tibbs.
Yeah, I think Tibbs could do it as well.
And it looked like Dan might get booted in a minute how bad he's lagging. So...
And it's lights out. Sorry, it's green and go. I nearly said the wrong saying there. And it is a great start from Tibbs. Dean Wasocki, by the way, gone around the outside of Daz already. Let's go to DJ Phil. He's stuck to the grass. Fury's come flying through the middle of him and Tibbs. Dean, he's off to the next circuit. He's gone so deep at turn one, it's unreal. Ratchet's already made up places. That is Mike, who's round, and Louis Allen, who is also around. But it is Daz who leads this race from Fury, from Tibbs, and for an Orthodubs. He's down behind the Mutsnuts, he's all over the place, as is Dan a little bit. Looks like Dan's got some rear end damage. Don't know if that's because of Dan's leg.
Ratchet's off. Dan, I'm not watching Dan at the moment.
Yeah, no, his ping is on red, so we're going to leave Dan. And Dean sitting behind Future Revenge down in not last place at the minute. Car 95 is last. That is 96. That is Louis Allen. Dean's looking around the outside of Future Revenger, and he's got the move done up the inside for the next part. So good manoeuvre that from Dean Wasocki as they come down towards the first sector time now. We'll be able to get the standings updated. Tagliatelle Plava I'm eating. Late tea tonight. But it is Daz from Fury, from Tibbs. With Smoky Devil, DJ Phil. Dean Wasocki now up into sixth. In fact, DJ Phil was a little wide there. Then it's Future, the Mutsnuts, and Dan, who we don't know where Dan is exactly. We know he's P9, but we don't know where. I think he's just got past Future Revenge as well as the Mutsnuts. No, he's ahead of the Mutsnuts. behind Future Revenge on his stream. I'm not sure where Dan is. Ratchet is P10. Mike's P11. Louis Allen's down in P12, but Fury tries to go around the outside of Daz, leaves that door open for Tibbs a little bit, does he now, as he comes towards the back straight, just gets onto the gravel. Tibbs now has to avoid Fury as Fury comes back on, 2 wheels on the gravel. Tibbs has got that inside line. Oh, and Fury just turns in on Tibbs a little bit there.
He didn't look at his radar, did he?
No.
Ben? And I've noticed something with the weather, the rain's going to decrease.
Yeah, the rain is going to decrease over the next half an hour, so interesting to see. Dean Wysocki now right on the back, by the way, of DJ Phil. The problem is he's got a very laggy unorthodox right behind him. Dan is getting his pit stop straight out the way. So let's see what Dan will do here as he gets his pit stop out the way. Dean on the back of DJ Phil coming down the start straight. Future Revenge also in. Much Nuts, Ratchet, Mike in. Louis not even at the pit lane yet. Will he box? No, he's going to stay out. And Ratchet's going to look up the inside, of the Mutsnuts. Hang on there a second, Pien. Ratchet backs out of that one. Pien, go.
But I'll tell you what, because there's no board for at the Nürburgring saying when the speed limit starts, you don't know what line it is.
Yep.
It's normally the last line. But Mike, Future coming in quite gingerly, and Mike nearly rear-ended him.
Nearly Zolder 2.0.
Or many other pit lane incidents we've had.
So Dean Wysocki.
Louis off again. Louis on slicks.
Fury's on the back of Daz. Tibbs is on the back of Fury. Smoky Devil can't catch them two. Then it's Dean and DJ Phil fighting for 5th and 6th. Janetta looks all right here, you know. Dean's making that Janetta dance a little bit. Oh, he's going to look up the inside of DJ Phil. How they don't make contact, I don't know. But Dean, he's had a look around the outside of Future Revenge here. He's now diving up the inside of DJ Phil. Dean's feeling racy tonight.
He is feeling racy. I want to say what I want to say, but I'm not going to.
Phil, very deep on the exit of the chicane. Dean keeps it nice and tight. Break that a little earlier than Phil. Dean is making Phil make some mistakes here as he gets the power down. Dan and Future Revenge go.
Dan's internet stabilised now.
Yeah, it's stabilised and gone green. Oh, Dean Little wiggling through the Schumacher S's. Managed to hold it together. Pulling away from the Mutsnuts, who's got Ratchet right on the rear end of him. Peaceful, he's out behind Dan and Future Revenge, as we know. But it is still Fury being held by Daz. Fury in the gravel a little bit once again. Tibbs isn't as close this time. Fury on Daz as they come towards the chicane. This chicane isn't really an overtaking manoeuvre because it's a bit quicker than the Project Cars 2 one.
Well, they're using the actual GT chicane, not the F1 chicane, which is the tighter one. This is just chicane they use, and then you hang a left onto the Nordschleife, where Tibbs has gone past right now.
So Fury very wide, top 3 stay out, Smokey stays out, Phil stays out, Dean Wysocki, I don't know if he was coming in or out, just had a wiggle through the chicane, but he stays out, Mutsnut stays out, Ratchet stays out as well as Louis Allen's not quite there yet, but Dean's on the back of Phil, Mutsnut's on the back of Ratchet, and Mutsnut's trying to get on the back of Dean and DJ Phil. The Janetta, probably a good car in the wet to be fair, Piano a bit stable in these conditions, so looks really nice for Dean Wysocki to maybe make some places up here. Phil's just pulled away on the straight a little bit, but Dean's definitely going to gain on DJ Phil through these twistier sections.
Yeah, I think Louis on slicks, because he cannot turn the car in. It's not dry enough for him.
You're potentially right there. I remember the chicane from the PC2 days, except it's the old chicane Plava, and you punted me at it, but we're not going to get into that. So out front, Fury still behind Daz. Tibbs has just dropped off the back of Fury a little bit. Actually, no, go on board him. He's a bit closer than the 1.2 seconds it says. So at the minute, Tibbs trying to get back in. Smokey cannot keep with these top 3.
No, well, Tibbs is taking a watch and breathe and being intelligent and go, I wonder if Fury will go for a dive into the Dunlop curve right now. No.
He's gone a little deep. Tibbs has kind of followed him. Fury pulls it back in to the apex. Dean's within a second of DJ Phil still. I'll tell you what, is DJ Phil and Dean actually catching Smokey?
Phil's quite wide in the hairpin.
Yeah, Smokey's there at the Schumacher Crosses ahead of Phil, and I think they're catching Smokey, you know.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, the gap's 5 seconds. We'll have a look at Sector 2 as Fury still can't get a move done on Daz. He's going to have a look up the inside now. No, he doesn't. Can't get it done. Tibbs is still close to the back of Fury. Where's Sector 2? Just before the chicane. So let's have a look when we get there. Fury's all over the gravel again. Every lap he's been in that gravel trap. He's really clinging on here. Daz, by the way, stellar defensive drive at the moment.
Yeah, Fury's wide again. It's wet out there.
Yeah, he's pushing the limits, is Joe. We saw it last night. Oh, missed the chicane. And he's going to have to let Tibbs through. Daz pits. Fury stays out, but he loses out to Tibbs. Smokey Devil's not close enough. It's 6.1. So Dean and Phil are not catching Smokey as they come through the chicane. Dean, just a little wiggly as he touches that outside curb. He's caning on Phil. Nuts is with them, as is Ratchet. Louis Allen's still out there. Dan's only 20 seconds behind Louis Allen. Peaceful's 8 seconds behind Future. And Daz is in. Fury, once again, as we saw last night, chasing Gary down, pushing the limits to the max, to the fullest. I nearly said something else. Yeah, stop myself. DJ Phil, very deep at turn 1. Dean Wasocki on the inside. Is this a thank you mama for the carrots moment? Round the outside of turn 2. Phil nearly taps the back. Dean hangs it in there. Phil still side by side with him. This is great racing from the Audi and the Ginetta driver. Phil goes so deep, Dean's going to get the undercut. And can he keep it there for 4? Phil still on the inside. Dean gives him just enough room. Great racing from Dean Wasocki and DJ Phil. But thank your mama for the carrots. Dean will not need to ask a 5th time.
And Fury's...
Whoa, DJ Phil, steady boy. Goes so deep into turn 5. Nearly ploughs into the back of Dean Wasocki. That's allowed Nuts and Ratchet through as Louis Allen once again stays out. But DJ Phil there, 3 places in 6 corners.
Yep, Daz's pit stop is done. He's come out behind Dan.
Really? So Dan's ahead of Daz.
Dan, so the early stops worked again for Dan.
So I reckon that bodes well for Dan in this race. And for Fury, well, let's wait and see. We'll wait to see what the gap is, Dan to Daz, through the Sector 1 time. Right, so Dean Wasocki at this current rate, running P4. He's pulled a gap over the Nuts of a couple of tenths. Now he's cleared DJ Phil.
Yeah. Gotta love the GT4s. We've got to do something in the PS5 version.
Yeah, we will. I think Porsche Cups might make a return so Fury can defend his crown. As look at Tibbs, by the way. The Chevrolet Camaro of Exis Tibbs. 1.5 seconds ahead of Fury. Fury deep at the chicane again as Tibbs is going to box now.
Yep.
So Fury a chance to pit. Fury a chance to pull away here. Dan's only 8 seconds off the back of Louis Allen. And Ratchet's got past the Nuts. He's within 6 tenths of Dean Wasocki.
He was, and as Tibbs is down to the limit a bit early, I think it's this
Smokey's in as well. So Smokey... Sorry, Pien, go on.
That one, you've really got to keep an eye on the countdown on the screen where the line is. Or pit, but there's nobody else about.
Right. Louis Allen, he's just struggling to turn that car here, isn't he?
Yeah, I wonder if he started on slicks. I really do.
Yeah, possibly so. Fury, by the way, now has got to nail each and every single lap now that he's got clear air.
He's in. Fury's coming in.
Is he?
Quite a late call, yeah.
That's Louis Allen.
No, that's
Fury's flat on track. Pien. Middle sector.
Too many BMWs.
Yeah. Same amount of BMs as Ginetta's, but yeah, sure thing.
I could say it's too many Bentleys. It's actually
right, Louis in, Dan gets past, Daz will get past, Future and Mike. Well, actually, Mike is only just gone. Yeah, he's just coming onto that back straight. So Mike quite a way behind. Smokey's pit stop done, as is Tibbs. So he's out. Where did Dan come out? Dan jumped them both. Tibbs is out just behind Daz. So Daz keeps his place over Tibbs, and Tibbs gained a second and a half over Fury. Let's not forget. As Dean Wasocki's actually dropped behind the Nuts and DJ Phil. Ratchet's down in P6, so I'm not sure what's happened here. No, he's not. Ratchet's up to 5th. So Ratchet was within 6 tenths of Dean. He's now 9 seconds behind Dean.
I wish I could see the front end of the car, see what's happening.
He's going awfully slow, but Dean's got to get past the Nuts and DJ Phil again.
Yeah, well, Fury's on the curb.
Is he boxing, though? He's not there yet.
He's not there. He's now coming up to the chicane now.
Oh, Joe hanging it out. Hanging it out. So Joe stays out for one final lap. Louis Allen's just come out of the pit lane. And Mike did clear him, but Mike just has no pace at the moment in this first race. Remember, race 2 will be his 250th.
If he can start it.
If he starts it, we know Mike struggles to start some race 2 races. But Tibbs on the back of Daz, that bodes well for when Fury pits. Surely it does. Daz's Audi looks quite handy tonight.
It does. I I wonder if he's got Jay whispering in his ear. Mo-
The magical race engineer of Micro
Yeah.
J's.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
actually see their party. No, he's actually, I've just looked, he's in the Swoopy Corner chat party. So he's in with Dan and Fury and Mike and everybody else. So, yeah, interesting.
He's in the normal Simplay party.
He is. As Dean and DJ Phil stay out, Ratchet comes into the pit lane. His lights was flickering under braking there, so I think he may have hit something. Did he hit Dean?
Yeah, that's very possible.
Because he was close to Dean.
And the Mutts Nuts. 1982.
Right.
That's like it.
So Tibbs 6 tenths off the back of Daz Automatic. Fury was, I think, some 17 seconds ahead of the Mutts Nuts. Where's Dan? Dan's going to be about, well, Ratchet was 26 seconds behind Dan. Fury's got a 30-second pit stop, plus in and out. I think Dan could lead this race, you know.
I think Dan's got the lead of this race, yeah. I really do.
And the best thing is, if Daz and Tibbs jump Fury as well,
That's more points.
what will that do to the... Exactly, what will that do to the championship? So at the moment, if Dan was to win the race, that'd be 35. If Daz gets second, or if Daz or Tibbs get second and third, Fury gets fourth, Dan outscores Fury by 11 points. The gap's only 12. Dan takes pole position for race 2. It's all tied. Oh, we've got a championship on our hands, haven't we?
It's all coming to the wire.
Love this time. I hate this time of season because we have to stop. Love this time of season because we get to crown champions. As Dean Wasocki was within 8 tenths of Phil. Bit of a wiggle through turn 5. Keeps it all together, though. So Fury's tried to pump in lap times here now.
Yeah. He's got Louis over the car in front. Ratchet's still in the pits for a very long time.
He is. This has been a while. Does Dean or Phil pit? Let's have a look.
Phil does not.
No, neither does Dean. I don't know if he thought about it or if he just drifted through over the curb, but yeah. They do not pit. So Smokey, where's Smokey? 6.9, but while Tibbs is chasing Daz, he just doesn't have the pace of these front two. Mike as well, well off the pace.
Smokey's off. He's in the gravel.
Back on now. Where's Peaceful over Ratchet? Peaceful is through. Louis Allen has also passed Ratchet. So Ratchet down in 12th place. But it's points as the second race to come. We know that. Daz is now 9 seconds off the back of Dan.
Yeah, Dan's gone.
So Joe's 20 seconds ahead of Much Nuts. 24 to Phil. 25.8 to Dean. And then about 60 seconds. He's about a minute ahead of Dan at the moment.
Once you slow the car down, well, find the right line to...
Find the right line, slow it down, in and out, plus the 30-second stationary.
Yeah.
So how long is it in and out? That's the question.
It's got to be close.
Fury as well, last lap on his stream, 2:12.3. Dan a 2:11.8. So Dan lapping some half a second quicker. You know, could be interesting.
Game on.
Game on indeed. And Dean, once again, game on the back of DJ Phil up towards the Schumacher S as they come now. Dean on the brakes. Dean's showing that Dean's having a bit of a good race tonight. We said DJ Phil had a good race last night. Dean, a little twitchy through the Schumacher S. There's too much curb, but he's having a good race.
Yeah. As long as the Dean's between me and like Baraba and Danik tomorrow night, great.
Right, back to Tibbs. Him and Daz not quite close enough. Back to Dean again. That is the closest fight on track.
Pit entry wall.
So Fury's in. And this is the problem. Look how slow he's going. He sees the line now. Oh, now.
Oh.
Was that a little quick? He's got a bit of damage on his car, it says on his pit stop. He's not going to repair it, so it's just going to be the 30-second stop. So, Dean and DJ Phil in. Good call from Dean to follow DJ Phil in here.
Yep. Fury's pit box is...
Much Nuts as well is in. So, Dan's at the final part of the track. Dan's coming up towards the chicane now. The top 4 are in. So Dan's not going to catch Dean or DJ Phil and have that traffic in his way. Through the chicane goes Dan. Fury's still not away. Into the final corner goes Dan now. Dan's going to lead this race.
He is one of the easiest races.
Where's Daz? Daz is at the chicane. Oh. Hello. Daz is into the final corner. Tibbs
Fury's
right
dropped.
up the gearbox. Fury's dropped. Fury's not yet off the limiter. Dan's gone through. Fury's off the limiter now. And Daz is nowhere near. So Fury's done enough. Yeah, but this is the thing. Fury's got ice cold tyres. And we've seen him struggle behind Daz and Tibbs. Well, Daz and Tibbs. Daz at the minute on the podium. Dan leads this race. Dan's got a healthy lead as well.
That is a very healthy lead.
Where is he? Dan's at turn 1, 2, 3, 4. Joe is coming through turn 3.
Dean's just jumped Mutt's nuts in the pit stop.
He has, but has lost a lot of time to DJ Phil. So I wonder if Dean and Mutsnuts had a bit of damage. So Tibbs on the back of Daz. The question is for Joe is how quick can them tyres come up to pressure as to if Daz or Tibbs will be able to actually gain on him and catch him and get the move done on him. So at the minute, Joe's only going to lose 4 points. Championship will be down to 8 as it stands at the moment.
It's all coming down to the wire.
Oh, we love this stage of the season. 8.5 seconds, Dan to Fury. 3.6, Daz to Fury. If Tibbs got past Daz, do we think Tibbs could catch Fury?
I think Tibbs probably could, yeah. Tibbs is looking racy. He's hungry for a podium.
He's hungry, but take nothing away from Daz's drive. It's been a stellar defensive drive at the minute.
Maybe he prefers the Audi over the McLaren last night.
Yeah, potentially so. Right, into the braking zone comes Tibbs after the Schumacher S's. And through he goes now.
Let's face it, the brother wasn't very successful. Ralph.
Future Revenge on the back of the Much Nuts here. 2 Ginettas. It's Ginetta 7, 8 and 9. Mike just nowhere near them Ginettas either. So Future Revenge looking to get past the Much Nuts. Dean's he's going to try and close that gap down to DJ Phil once again.
Does Fury have his temps and pressures up? As Dan starts the final lap of the race.
Is it going to matter too much because it's final lap of the race? Daz is 3.8, if not further behind. I think Fury will take second place here. He'll take the fact he's only going to lose 4 points to Dan. Gap's up to 4.3. It's a fight between Daz and Tibbs for the final podium place. Daz has gone to the inside. Tibbs is on the outside. And it's who dares break latest. Oh, Daz.
Lovely cut back by Tibbs.
But I don't think it's going to work though, PN, because Daz has managed to keep that inside line for turn 2. Tries to cut underneath for 3. And Daz has just got it parked in the right place. You saw Tibbs had a bit of a wiggle. Future Revenge got past the Much Nuts.
Oh,
Dean with Sockies not gaining on DJ Phil. And Daz manages to stay ahead at the moment.
As we look for car 70, he's now heading down towards the hairpin.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the battle between Daz and
Tibbs looking racer here.
Tibbs wants that podium.
Yeah.
I would want that podium.
Yeah, so would I.
Right there.
So would I, because that podium would give Chevrolet another 2 and put it on 19 podiums in total.
Ooh, bit of a late move there.
Daz's Audi will go on to 167 and Fury's BMW will put it on to 98. A race win for the Chevrolet today. I'll put it tied with a Ginetta on 8 race wins. So there we go. Where's Dan? Not yet at the final sector. Final sector only a short one. It's only the chicane in the final corner. I think Tibbs has lost his moment.
I do.
I think he's lost his moment, yeah. Joe's just ahead, 4.7. One mistake for Joe. One big mistake at this chicane for Joe. And it's game back on. But it's going to be then your 7-time champ after he won Pro-Am last week. It's an Orthodox 16.
That's
who is
wide.
Going to take the sprint win. Dan Davis is a winner once more. That is race win number 72. And he wins the sprint race in the GT4s to close the championship back up to Fury, who finishes in a stellar second place after what was a disastrous open stint. And Tibbs is going to get third place. Pien, did you see what happened?
Yeah, Daz ran wide onto the grass and Tibbs got him.
Smoky Devil, a very quiet P5 it looks like for him in this one. Dean started to close the gap down to DJ Phil, but it's too little, too late. Smoky P5. DJ Phil, after a good night last night, is going to come home P6. Good fight, Phil and Dean, tonight, to be fair. They had a good 20-minute scrap there.
But I think for following race is a further 20 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be an interesting one. Future Revenge is going to be P8. Dean Wasaki P7. Good result for Dean there. P8 for Future Revenge. Much nuts on his first outing. P9 in the GT4s. Not bad. Well, race winner last week. He double podium. Driver of the day. P10.
P10.
And this one, not the night he would have wanted at all. Not the start tonight he would have wanted at all with his 250th coming up.
No. But everything can happen. And then, well, we've got qualifying coming up. Louis cannot qualify because he's on a qualifying ban.
Yep. Louis Allen coming round the final, into the final chicane now. Coming late, probably, didn't have his setups and his settings right. Coming late, obviously we knew he said he wasn't 100% sure for race 1, but race 2 he'd have been there. So possibly just rushing around a little bit in his preparation.
Yeah, more rushing around. Sunday server.
Yeah.
When you get back from Switzerland.
Louis Allen P11 and Ratchet is going to be P12, but Smoky Devil well out the running now. He's probably confirmed his P3 now that he's massively outscored Mike in that one. That, though, is your race 1, and we'll be back in a few moments' time for the sprint. Do not go anywhere. And we'll be back in a few moments' time for the sprint. Do not go anywhere. Fucking Peony.
I'll tell you what, if Tibbs drives like that in race 2,
it could be
he's
a winner.
driver of the day.
Yeah.
He's driver of the day, easily.
Yeah. Do you know what? Shout out to Dean as well. Dean pulled off some good moves with Phil there. I think Ratchet hit Dean.
Yeah, I do.
Because Ratchet was 6 tenths behind him. Then all of a sudden, Dean was behind Mutsnuts and Phil again, and Ratchet was way back. 8 points in it.
You nearly said fuck.
I did. Tibbs trying to catch Future. Louis Allen's not far from Danny Newman. DJ Phil's not far from Louis. Dean's now gone above Doctor Who. And he's only 7 points off the back of De Hoffner and 8 points off the back of you. Now, I know you've not raced much at season, but Dean will then climb into top 10.
Well, yeah,
Will he get the 180 points of Kishanyika? No, but what you want to be is, if you've not raced most at season and you finish inside that top 20,
yeah,
when the final tables get released next week, although I could probably do a third standing, we've got 26 drivers. So that's pretty much 3 tables I could do there.
Daniel.
Ratchet jumped above Shane. Mutsnuts jumped straight up into P14. What's on, Dan? Your internet recently has been diabolical.
What's on? I don't get it. I really don't. And it's always at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And it's going mental now. I don't get it. Am I laggy? Do I sound laggy?
You don't sound laggy.
No.
That's mental. I don't get it. Is it because I'm streaming? It's gotta be.
Not. I don't know.
Well, my stream is now stopped, so yeah, that don't help.
8 points.
Right, I'm going to end my YouTube stream. It's not enough though, is it? Let's be honest.
I don't know. I think Tibbs could help you out this second
Rid of
race.
that. Let's shut the PC down for now and just,
Direct stream from
maybe
console.
that will help. I'm streaming from the console. But look at it, it's mental. Look at it, why is it like mad?
I mean, you were lagging more than Jamie does sometimes.
I know. And I got damaged because of it.
And you're not running the number 16.
Alright, be right back. Oh, that kid, I'm going to knock him out.
I said, didn't I?
Bess just texted me. Apparently a zombie's just walked across the stream.
Someone just followed the Twitch or something.
Don't know. No, new subscriber on YouTube. That's why it was a zombie. Right, going to the toilet. Back in a sec.
Man, that was horrendous.
Kirby.
Oh.
Hello?
How are you
Hello.
out of breath from walking up the stairs, you fat bastard?
So it calmed down again now?
Yeah.
Looks like it. What the fuck? Fucking weird.
Well, I didn't like that. Can this front right tyre pressure make up his fucking mind? Either it's overheating or it's too fucking cold. Fucking piss me off.
Where's my phone gone? Ah.
Up your ass.
Fucking peenie.
Yeah, Matt nearly swore on stream.
Did What, to my terrible internet?
That was something else.
Mate, you weren't in the driver's seat. Jesus Christ.
What, seeing everyone else lag?
Yeah, everyone else bouncing over the shot, and then I get in fury. He's like, whoa, you're over the shot. And then Peace was like, Jesus, Dan. And then Tony's like, which one's the pink car? And I was like, that's me. I'm all over the fucking shot.
Oh, call me Jamie Brazier.
Yeah, the difference is I don't get disconnected because I'm a fucking champion.
Driving God.
I think I had about 5 seconds worth of damage as well because of the lag. I think I hit Dean multiple times and I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry.
Fury in here.
He is.
Good. What's up, Joe?
Race of shit, mate.
You're racing shit.
Yeah. So shit.
Ah.
Hey, I might be a bit happier now.
He's got food.
Oh, what you got?
10 jalapeno pop, cheesy jalapeno poppers.
Nice.
Bang 'em. Vanilla milkshake.
McDonald's?
Bang 'em. No.
No.
Takeaway near me. Caprino's Pizza, mate. Oh my god. And then a meat feast pizza with cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust.
Oh, love
Yes.
that. Love that.
This is a way to my heart.
Not bad with a bad foot, feeling very racy. Jesus Christ. 5, 4. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport here for the feature race this evening. It is round 18. Yes, round 18, that is correct. Of the season, we've got 3 rounds left to go tonight and 2 at Mazzano next week. And the championship is down to 8 points. First man out on track is Tibbs. It's down to 8 points, and it's Fury from Dan, 8 points in it. Smokey Devil can no longer win the championship. He's still P3 with Mike in 4th. Future Revenge up into P5 with Tibbs in 6th. Dennis Newman down to 7th with Louis Allen up to 8th. DJ Phil up to 9th. Kishenyika 12th. PM Motorsport 11th. De Hoffner in... Sorry. Kishenyika 10th. PM Motorsport 11th. De Hoffner in 12th. Dean Wisocki 13th. Doc 2, then Suchi Apex. Daz up into the top 16 with Gary down in 17th. Bryn, John Andrews, McKizzle, Lucas Roth, Monkey Boy, Overtaker, The Much Nuts, Ratchet, and Shane rounds out all the drivers. We are joined by two of the top three in the commentary box. And first of all, as we update our stats, Dan takes his third ever race win here at the Nürburgring. And if he gets pole position or wins one more race, he will then be tied with Gary. If he gets both, he will then be the outright most successful driver around this circuit. Sorry, tied with Gary and Mazda. So we need both to beat Gary and Mazda. As he's got 3 race wins. Gary has 1 pole and 3 wins. Mazda has 2 poles and 2 wins. We'll start though with Joe. Joe, a race one to not really to forget, but not how you'd have liked it to gone. You was very twitchy in a fight with Tibbs and Daz early on in the race.
Yeah, honestly, not sure what's going on with the car. I've tried changing the pressures because that seems to be the main issue that's going on with it, but that wasn't it. 1 minute they're 2 over pressure, next minute they're about 1.5 psi under pressure.
So car just set up a little wrong for the wet. Do we think we've seen that in previous wet races at Donington and Bathurst? You had it. Donington wasn't the best night for yourself. Do you think that's the same case here?
Yes, not enough. Well, I mean, the only real place it can completely power down is back straight, but yeah, it's just I don't think it suits this track.
So is it fair to say then damage limitations race one, you got P2, you lost 4 points to Dan, the gap's down to 8. Was it just sort of limit that damage that Dan could do to you?
Yeah, I mean, once I knew he was having issues with his internet and stuff, so he had to drop to the back to make sure it wasn't too dangerous for everyone else, which, I mean, big hats off to him.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to do that. But, I mean, to come all the way from the back of the pack to, 10 seconds in the lead is... Yeah,
It's a good drive from him. Obviously, you're looking to win your 4th championship here at Simplay Motorsport. Dan's looking to win his 8th. You're the man to stop him at the moment, Joe. Can you do that in race 2?
We'll just have to see. Hopefully, making these couple of tweaks to the car is going to make it somewhat better. But if not, then I guess it's just going to have to be taken to the next round and see how much I can hold him off.
Well, Joe, we wish you the best luck for the second race of the evening. Good luck, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
So for Fury there, that takes podium 117 for Fury. So 117, the second most successful driver in podiums here at Simplay Motorsport. And he's only 6 appearances away now from his 300th. We turn now to Dan, who took his 159th podium and his 72nd race win. Dan, like Fury said there, really, the start wasn't what you wanted with your lag problems, but was that some drive to come through the pack?
Wow, I wouldn't really call it a drive. It was just clean air, everyone else racing, and, the lag. Yeah, I firstly apologise to the rest of the drivers. I don't know what is going on. It seems to be at certain points of the night, my lag just seems to just kick in heavy. So I really was trying to avoid people and not getting in any trouble with other drivers. I don't want to ruin other people's races. That's why I dropped to the back. That's why I pitted straight away. It's just to avoid lag issues. But, yeah, it was getting the pits early, clean air, do the lap times I could do, and see what would be the outcome by the end of it. So luckily, Fury got held up by Daz and Tibbs quite a bit, so slowed them all down.
He did indeed. Did you make contact with somebody at the beginning of that race? Because we saw on our end that they looked a little bit of damage on your rear end.
I have no idea. I started that race, I didn't know if I was coming or going, so you probably saw a lot more than I did, so yeah, I don't know. I got about 5 seconds worth of damage. I did not repair it, so I was doing those lap times with damage as well.
So the Chevrolet clearly strong. And again, I'll ask a similar question to what I asked to Joe a minute ago. We saw how strong the Chevrolet was at Donington Park, similar to this, where it was cooler conditions than Bathurst. Do you think that's what's helping your Chevrolet tonight, or?
Sort of. I think it's a mixture of a few things. Like, I don't know why I seem to go quite well at Nürburgring.
Yeah.
It seemed to be a circuit that I seem to do quite well at, and I don't know quite why. But it's just the wet conditions really that help me, especially. I do like a wet race, and the Chevy seems to like the wet conditions as well. So yeah, I could just hook it up, get it into the right positions, the right traction zones, and it's launching. Yes, it's still not the fastest in a straight line, but it's doing everything I'm asking it to do and more. So, yeah, it's all right so far tonight.
All right, tonight, what can you do race 2? You've obviously narrowed the gap down to 8 points. Is there more to come tonight in this second race, or what can you do?
Again, just like the other night when Fury was on the rampage and he won every race, I got to try and do the same tonight. I got to try and win every race, get pole position, and try and maximize as many points I possibly can, because Mazzano is definitely not going to be mine and a Chevy strong point. I do like Mazzano, but the Chevy will be hampered and will struggle in a straight line in most of the straights. So we got to use Nürburgring and this wet weather to at least claw the points back, or maybe take the lead back. But yeah, we just got to try and stop Fury.
Well, Dan, we wish you the best luck for race 2. Good luck for both drivers as well in this championship fight. PN, 2 different stories really there. Sorry, go on, Dan.
Just want to say, well done to Fury finishing second, and like I said, may the best man win. 3 rounds left to go. Gloves off, Fury. I'm coming for you.
Gloves off, indeed.
You off, mate.
PN, 2 drivers here, very different stories really. Dan, quite content with his race and seemed happy with the car. Fury, the opposite, PN. This is the way it's going to go tonight, and then next week, you feel it's possibly going to be the opposite for the 2 drivers?
Yeah, because, Mazzano probably be a bit warmer and drier, and in daylight, so...
And I think the big thing as well is, we look back to Donington Park, wet, cold, Nürburgring, wet, cold, Bathurst, wet, but a bit warmer, seemed to help the BMW out. If that's the same for Mazzano, and it is wet, but warmer, you know, the BMW has to be the favourite car for there.
Yeah, it has to be, I would say the BMW. Maybe the Ginetta in the right hands.
Well, I'm just looking at the weather for next week, and it is thick cloud and showers at the minute.
Yes.
But we have got till Thursday after the pro race for it to change. Temperatures are 13 degrees, so it's a lot warmer than tonight. We obviously know that tonight we can't. I think the lowest we can set it is 10 degrees. If it drops below 10, that is the game doing it, not us. So, yeah, PN. It's going to be an interesting one to see. The big story at the moment is Tibbs is the real cork in the bottle here.
He is. He could throw a spanner into either Dan's or Fury's night, couldn't he? With his pace.
Yeah.
He's looking good, as Tibbs. Looking very good tonight. He must like a very moist Nürburgring.
You must like a very moist Nürburgring. It's Ratched who is the next driver in the qualifying session to do a valid lap. And what will he do through this first part of the circuit then? It's going to be interesting to see. As he comes through the final part. It was a fantastic race one. We had the fight of Joe, Tibbs and Daz early on. We had Dean and DJ Phil throughout the entire race. Then we had Tibbs and Daz again at the end. A great sprint race.
It was a fantastic sprint race, really. Very, well, good strategy by Dan to jump everybody and try to sort out his lag issues. And he managed to pull off a win. From being right at the back.
Ratched's just gone wide at the final corner, so that's not going to do him any good. Next car is the Much Nuts to the line. And what will he do? He's currently not set a lap time. He's on a valid one now. Goes P8. Dean Wysocki looking to improve. Needs to find a 10th to go ahead of Daz Automatic. Here comes Dean Wysocki, who's in the chat. Finds a bit more than a 10th. Finds 4. Goes across the line and moves up to P5. DJ Phil, the next car. He's a second behind Dean at the moment. After a cracking battle in race 1 with Dean. Can DJ Phil get that a little bit closer? Maybe they jump on him. He does. Finds more than a second. He finds 1.3. So DJ Phil moves ahead of Dean Wysocki. And next up is Exist Tibbs, who is coming to the line. No, he's bailed on his flying lap. Next car on a flyer is that of Dean Wysocki going through the first sector.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people taking track limits now. It has got wetter than it was towards the end of race 1. Looking at the...
Yeah. Although it's going to dry within the next half an hour. Look, sorry, I say it's going to dry. It's going to get lighter rain in that next 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, that'll be well into the race. It'll be interesting. It's not... don't think it's warm enough to dry the track.
No, 12... I mean, I don't think it's going to dry anyway. I mean, 12 cars could make it better, but... Showers this time of night, 9 degrees. It's going to be tough to dry.
It is going to be a very tough thing to dry and never
So-
bring it very good for drying anyway.
No.
Well, look at North Life.
So, do you remember back many moons ago, we had Gary 131 who was stuck on his 25th pole for ages?
Yeah.
We've now got
Funny enough.
Fury, who's been stuck on his 25th pole for about 2 weeks already. So, for Fury, you know, he's going to want to get this 25th pole. Dan's got the pace over Joe at the minute. The Chevrolet looks the better car.
It does look the better car because Tibbs is up there as well in second.
Oh, Dean, well, that's his lap invalid. He's ruined that one. Who's the next car? It's 86. That is DJ Phil. So if Dean was up on a lap, he's not going to be any more. Daz automatic behind DJ Phil is then the next car. Daz is going to want to find time and get ahead of Dean. Now, Pierre, will this track be, I say drying, will it be getting less wet? With that rain easing up over the next 30 minutes, 10 cars out there, Future Revenge not qualifying, and Louis Allen on a quali ban. Is the track going to improve as this night goes on?
It's hard to say. It's going to get colder because we're going to get later and later into the night. So I don't think it will dry fully.
No, I don't think it'll dry at all. But all the conditions getting better now, that's the question. Because I'm watching Daz stream, and with what Daz is up on his lap time as he goes... Did he invalidate his lap at the very end there? No, I'm not sure what about. No, yeah. So he's crossed the line. Line's a little further down. Daz has jumped up to P4. Look, so with what he's just improved his lap time, you know, that would suggest the track is getting a little quicker. He's jumped and gained 1 point, nearly, you know, halved his time, and gained one. He was about 3.6 off the back. He's now 1.9. So he's, you know, nearly half that deficit to Dan.
Yeah, it's ebbing and flowing these times.
Dan on a flying lap. Dan improves. So is the track getting quicker? Because Dan goes quicker now. Peaceful's the next car. So Dan finds more time here.
Yeah,
And Fury's on an invalid lap at the moment. So for Joe, that's not what he wants.
No, he's going to have a car between him and...
Yeah, he's going to have Tibbs between him and Dan. And he's going to have Daz. And if Daz gets that inside line at the start, you know, Daz could easily be in that fourth place. Daz was racing Joe in the first part of the race, wasn't he? In race one. As we say good evening to Dean and Hypertech in the chat. Mike now goes up to P4. So proving that this track is getting quicker. Mike's now within 7/10 of Joe. So all of a sudden, Mike's becoming a bit of a threat to Joe now.
He is in the work and...
Oh, Daz has just invalidated a lap. Will that be the end of his laps? And car 24, that's Tibbs. So can Tibbs improve? So the next car to cross the line is Joe. He's on his final flying lap now. The next car after that will be Dean. Dean's at the chicane. He's easily going to get another lap in. Then it will be DJ Phil. Then it will be Daz. But them two are on invalid laps. So the question is can them two 54 seconds easily? Yeah, easy. Pretty much from there. Yeah. Why not? Dean rounds the final corner now. Dean will be on his final flying lap now. That is go. Tibbs might just squeeze an extra one in after this.
Cool. It's got to be close for Tibbs to get there.
Oh, well, he's messed this one up. Yeah, is that it over? Is that game over? He might just be able to get that going to get another lap in. It's going to be Smokey next. He's returned to the box. He's done. He is done. Smokey to the line now. Evening to Micro J's. Evening all. These conditions look lovely. Come on, the Dazzler. Says Jay in the chat. Smokey Devil goes up to P8. I tell you what, Dan might squeeze another lap in here. Dean Wasocki is also done. So Dan might squeeze in one more. No, he won't. Gets to the line. Improves again. Daz is the first man to finish. Dan's the first man to finish. What about Ratchet? Not yet got a lap time on the board.
He'll be starting near the back along with Future, who never qualifies.
And it hurts him.
It does hurt him.
He could be leading him.
He could be leading Ham if he qualified. Well, if I didn't miss Monza, I'd be leading Ham.
Ratchet into the final corner in his Mercedes-Benz. Here he comes. Will he improve? He's got no lap time on the board. Where's this going to put him in his Mercedes? Goes P6. What about Peaceful Explosion? 7/10 and he jumps in front of Joe. Finds 3 of them 7. What about Fury now then? Two cars at the bottom of the circuit. Daz on a fast lap still, as is out of DJ Phil. And I think Fury's bailed. I don't think Fury's improving here.
No, he's got across the line. No.
Yeah, it looks slow. No improvement. Oh, no, slight improvement, sorry, apologies. Yeah, slight improvement. He was 1.3 behind, he's now 1.2. Right, DJ Phil and Daz, the last two on a lap. The problem for Daz is he's gaining on DJ Phil at the wrong place, at the wrong part of the track. Phil has just invalidated his lap. Wisely done there from DJ Phil. Fair play. Invalidated it, kept on the grass and held on the brakes because he knew if he'd come back on, he'd have probably held Daz up and been in for a penalty.
He would have been in for a penalty, definitely.
So fair play, DJ Phil there. Daz rounds that final corner. I tell you what, Daz finds himself 1.2 seconds. He could be looking at maybe jumping Fury. Does Daz find any more time? He does, but stays in that P5 spot. So Daz Automatic will not jump Joe. Joe can breathe a sigh of relief as the qualifying is done. But it is Dan on pole, and he takes the gap, PN, to 6 points. That's 7 points.
7 points. Yeah, I'm about to say, you got 2 for pole then?
He also becomes tied most successful driver at this circuit with Mazda and Gary. So 7 points in this championship. As the rain's going to get easier still, PN. So we've got light rain now. It's getting even lighter in the next 30 minutes.
And the pit window should still be open about then.
Interesting.
Very
so
interesting.
Could the track dry? Well, no, it's down to 8 degrees now, so probably not. 7 points in it. The thing for Dan as well is at his pole position number 47, which means if he takes pole on Wednesday, if he takes pole at Misano, if he then takes pole at the final race at Misano in GT3s, Dan will get his 50th pole position.
Yeah, as Fury misses out on his 25th again.
Well, no, he's got Sunday night.
He's got Sunday night. What about Thursdays?
If he turns up to... well, yeah, provided he turns up. He's not turned up to the last couple, so he's got to turn up to Thursday for him to get that one. Right then, Pian. Race 2 winner. Come on.
Come on. Who's going to get the commentator curse or not? I really still want the Tibbs to win. I really want Tibbs to win the race.
20 seconds.
Yeah, it's hard to look past Dan, though.
It is hard to look past Dan.
Like, I'd love Tibbs to win. Has Tibbs won a race in GT4s this year?
10 seconds.
Don't.
No.
No.
His last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races have all been on the podium. He's been on the podium 6 times this season, but hasn't won a race, which is a shame.
It is a shame. I really hope he gets it tonight. As no one, Ratchet does not move away then. I don't know what Dean's doing on this warm-up lap.
Why?
He just dropped back again. I don't know why they're trying to race each other.
So Smokey. I was going to say Smokey and Mutt's nuts are the ones in Dean's way here, so interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they're trying to race on a warm-up lap. It don't work. It's fun though.
So you're going Tibbs, I'm going Dan.
Yeah. Come on, Tibbs. I know it's on the decrease, but it's also 8 degrees. That race might be long enough for it to drop even colder than that.
Yeah, it might be.
It may drop to 7, maybe even 6.
Well, let's wait and see. But with that rain decreasing, that should help the tyres in that first part, you know, come back up to pressure. This is also Mike's 250th race. It's great to see Mike get to that milestone. The first ever winner at Simplay Motorsport was Mike. He took the first ever race win on the channel. So great to see him now making his 250th race start.
Something else for them, Palava to make.
Hey, stop doing them now. I think we're going to stop doing them until the new year, as Fury is nearly going to drop this car on the formation lap here.
Well, you got the one for Bentley winning the Manufacturers' Championship in GT3s.
I've got, yeah, well, yeah, I'll make that. I can do that. We'll get the champions ones done, that is for sure. But new things coming in the new year, and we cannot wait to see them happen.
As we have to, unfortunately, leave PS4 version behind.
Yeah. Now this doesn't mean that. Yeah, I'm going to say this doesn't mean there's no PS4 championships. If there's still plenty of drivers, you know, there could be a session run, just not with, you know, it being streamed for them drivers due to the fact that the cameras are just poor. And we'll obviously look to turn our attention to PS5 and run that mainly for the what could be, you know, the return of the Porsche Cup for Joe to defend his crown. Maybe even Ferrari Challenge or the BMW M2s, or, you know, get the new Super Trofeo, or bring back the GT4s.
I think all of the above.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to have to.
Driving the Porsche Super Cup cars. They're missing something very important for me.
Yeah, the old TC. Right, so Dan, Tibbs, Fury, Peaceful, Daz, Ratchet. Then it's DJ Phil and Dean, Smokey and the Mutsnuts, Future and Louis Allen.
Future have probably been higher up in this championship if he qualified as well.
Well, I mean, he sat 5th, but I think that's because people haven't, you know, we lost Dennis, we lost Kishanyika, you know, Mike's not been able to, Mike's gone above him, Tibbs should, you know, he'll probably go above him. Louis not been here for every round. Phil could possibly catch him if he has races like he's just had. You know, Dolph the Doctor Who, if they was here every week, if Dean was here every week, would Dean be ahead of Future Revenge if he raced like he did race 1? It's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he sat P5. The thing is because Mike joined late, how, you know, would he be fighting for Mike for P4 for a top 4 in this championship? We just don't know. Right. For round 18 of the season, 3 GT4 races to go. 7 points in it. We are green and go for the second race. Dan has got a great start. Tibbs, bit bogged down at the start, and Fury gets away well. Mike hasn't gone with him. Daz is getting on the inside of Mike, and as they come into turn 1, is Tibbs going to look to send it on Fury into the first corner. He's having a look on Dan as well. Here comes Daz. Daz makes contact with Dan. Did he hit Fury a little bit? I'm not sure. But it was a day late, $1 short from Daz, and Tibbs somehow leads this race.
Come Dan. Fury survived the melee for 3rd.
Dean was socky, by the way. He's climbed up. He's P6 from 8th at the minute, and he's up the inside of Mike at turn 3. Oh, contact.
And we know Mike might put that in.
Oh, Dan and Fury's touched.
Oh,
Fury's off. Smokey, I know he missed it. He missed the wall. And Dean's going to get up the inside of Fury. So Dean challenging the championship leader. Fury's all over the place. Dean's now going to look around the outside of Fury. And I tell you what, Dean is looking racy tonight. My days, Dean's looking racy.
Yeah, about Blister must help.
So it's Tibbs from Dan, from Smokey, from Fury, from Dean. Then it's Peaceful. Fury's wide. Dean's having a look. That is close. Mike gets a better run on Dean here. Just has to go onto the curb. Huge moment for Mike. Nearly into the side of Dean. Then it's Daz, Ratchet, Louis, DJ Phil. DJ Phil's going around the outside. The Schumacher S's on Louis. No, he's going to go wide. He's going to understeer into the gravel. You are not going to get that done. Louis Allen back through. Mutsnuts, Future Revenge. In fact, Mutsnuts, he looks up the pack a little bit. He's behind Ratchet. But Dean's been done by Mike now.
Yeah, his Future Revenge bringing up. Is he last? Yeah, he was last.
He is last, yeah, but it is Tibbs from Dan. And now it's Smokey Devil in between Dan and Fury at the minute.
Yeah, but Dean is looking really racing.
Yeah, Mike's got past him, but Dean's looking good value for money tonight.
What is he, Tesco value?
Yeah, every little helps.
Daz back onto back of Dean and Mike.
Yeah, with Ratchet with him. Mutsnuts with Ratchet. Louis Allen, DJ Phil and Future Revenge not quite there. But I tell you what, look, if Dean had done the full season racing like this, you know, where would he have been in the championship? We say about Future Revenge, you know, where would Dean have been? Currently P6. Yeah. Daz, is he going to look up the inside of Dean with Socky? No, he's not. He's going to get it stopped. Fury's deep at turn 1. Fury is so deep at turn 1.
Is his tyres not switched on?
Not sure. Yeah. Looking now on stream, they're nowhere near up to pressure. They're so underinflated. As Dan's putting pressure on Tibbs, Fury's under pressure from Mike, who's got Dean, Daz, Ratchet, and the Muts Nuts in a queue behind. So Fury making some mistakes. He cannot afford to make these mistakes.
No, not now. Not at the crunch time of the season. 2 races after this.
We say the BMW is going to be strong at Misano, but if Dan has a gap, Dan can damage that. You know, Dan can drive damage limitations with that gap.
And there's another quite quick BMW in front of Fury.
Yeah, and Tibbs, and then Mike in the Mercedes. You know, and if Sutty comes back in the Merc, you know, Ratchet gets to grips with it. Smokey's now off. Rejoice just before the Schumacher S's. Joe's going to look up the inside of Smokey. The Schumacher S's side by side. He's going to have the outside for the second part. Does Smokey hold it there? No, I don't think he will. Joe's all over the curbs. Mike's watching on here from here. We're watching on from Mike. Fury looks like he's got the move done. Mike's going to try and get it done on Smokey as well. Turning now. Just Mike taps Smokey. Daz has got past Dean. He's going to capitalise. And Dean's also been passed by Ratchet and the Muts Nuts.
Yeah, oh, the GT4s are great.
They are. Really good stuff, really good value for money. Daz and Mike side by side. Right hand kink coming up. Does Mike lift? Yeah, big lift because he's understeered wide into the gravel. And that is going to allow possibly Ratchet and the Muts Nuts to have a look. Mike tucks back in now. He gets that place back, but Fury got ahead of Smokey because of a mistake for Smokey Devil. Dan, who's now right on the back of Tibbs out front. He's giving him a flash of the lights. And now look, behind Mike, there's Ratchet, Muts, and Dean. Louis Allen's not a million miles away. DJ Phil and Future's still not getting onto the back of Louis Allen. But for Joe, he's 5.7 behind Dan already. And this could be disastrous, because if Dan gets ahead of Tibbs, well,
Yeah.
you know, that car in front, I mean, what's the points difference first to third at the moment? At the minute, Dan's outscoring Joe by 4 points. Fury will lead the championship by 3. If Dan takes the lead of this, it then all of a sudden becomes 8 points. Dan leads the championship by 1.
Yeah. Don't you just love championship fights?
Oh, fantastic. Ratchet on the back of Mike. Yep, sorry, go on.
Because, you know, Dan won by that.
Yeah,
Has won that
but
already.
this is it. We've got this that's separated by 7. We go to tomorrow night. 4 drivers. Even after tomorrow night, 4 drivers will probably still be up for the championship at Misano in Am. There's 30 points separating Overtaker and Ripper. PS5 with 2 weeks to go. There's only a 37-point gap as Dean just taps the Muts Nuts. Oh, Daz is round. He's collected Mike. He's caught then the back of Ratchet. Dean tapped him. Dean tapped Muts Nuts, but them two both get through. And Daz now big damage. I didn't see how Daz was round.
No, I didn't see it. I was keeping an eye on the gap for the lead between Fury and Dan.
So now, Muts Nuts and Smokey are trying to gain... Muts Nuts and Dean are trying to gain on Smokey. Louis Allen's not within 9/10. Mike's now got some damage to his car, as may Daz Automatic. They may have to pit. Pit window doesn't open yet, with that rain easing up as time goes by. But yeah, PN, there's 4 championships. 37 points is the biggest gap. And I mean, Am, it's 44 between the top, but that's between the top 4. 28, but that's between the top 4. So 4 championships still up for grabs with 2 weeks to go, and it's fantastic at the moment.
For some reason, I'm in 2 of them championship fights.
Yeah, yes, you are. One, I think you kind of thought you could be. The other, I don't think you ever expected to be in the top half.
Not in a PS5, no.
Dan now.
I'm still getting used to. When I'm used to like a front engine car,
yeah.
I'm in the mid-engine Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. I think Smokey and Daz touched, says Jay in the chat. Well, the wonderful wise words of Jay would know.
But I never expected to be in second, even though the car just did not want to work last night. But I think it was also me.
6th place, takes some points. Daz now behind Future Revenge. Ratchet unlucky to get caught up in that, as was Mike then if it was a Smokey and Daz incident. Both drivers unlucky to get caught up in that. Here comes Mike on the back of Louis Allen and Dan on Tibbs. Dan will patiently wait, but he doesn't want to wait too long. Joe's 5.7 behind. Joe just doesn't have the pace around here, does he? He doesn't seem like he's got the confidence in the car.
No, I don't think he's let the tyres switched on in time. That's so important in this game, there's tyre pressures.
Mike looking up the inside of Louis. Gets the job done on Louis. So Mike back up to 7th. Dean now trying to stay in contact of the Mutts Nuts, who's just pulling away from him a little bit. That'll be Mike's next target. Dan's 4.5 tenths to exit Tibbs. Gary, bet these are fun tonight in these conditions. Well, you should have joined us to find out. Janetta's looked a good car in Dean Wasoki's hands. Sure, you could have won a race or two. That'd have thrown a firework in the pan there, wouldn't it, if Gary had turned up for Dan and Fury's championship fight. Either way, it's Tibbs who has a wiggle through towards the back straight. And Tibbs driving a strong race, but he's dipped a wheel in the gravel. Is this Dan's opening? He's going to have a bit of momentum. They come up to the right-hand kink. A flash of the lights again from Dan there. Flashy, flashy. And Tibbs manages to hang on into the chicane because Dan isn't going to be silly enough, really, to make the move into the chicane. It's not the right one.
No, well, you got to be brave anyway, even in the Grand Prix version of the chicane.
Daz looking on the back of Future Revenge, down for 10th and 11th. Daz came in as a reserve last week, and he's already running up in the top 17 in the championship, and he's going up the inside of Future Revenge, who just goes onto the gravel a little bit, and Ratchet looks like he's got damage. Mike on the back of Dean. Dean all over the place after touching the grass. Dean's around. Does he hold it? He does. Well held.
On the brakes.
Well held.
Dan's past. Tibbs is very deep into turn 1. Very deep.
While them two have been fighting, by the way, they've still gapped Fury by an extra 2 seconds. So Mike's now up to P6, and Mike's already defending from Dean Wasoki here. Yeah, Gary. Dean's looking around the outside. Go on, Dean. He's full of moves tonight, is Dean Wasoki.
Yeah, as long as he don't get my way in for fighting. Rather Dandic and
Gary says might make an appearance next Sunday. Rightly so, it's Snetterton, why wouldn't you? Tracy, why is he flashing his lights? It is just a driver tactic, really, to try and put Tibbs off. It's all fine, it's all legal. And flashy, says Benedict Varga. Now Dean's got Louis Allen gaining on the back of him, so Dean drops down to 7th. But Dan ahead of Tibbs. Dan starting to pull away. There's another flash of the lights for Dan. So I don't know if he's just heard us on commentary there.
he might have done.
Future Revenge can't stick to the back of Daz.
What I need for Dean tomorrow is to be in between me, Danik, and
Baraba. Yep.
and Baraba, and Future Revenge, because Future Revenge is up there still as well. 3 Bentleys versus 1 McLaren. For the top of AM. However you even finish the season in the top 4,
yeah.
I'll be happy.
Well, I don't think you can finish lower than 4th. So Dan leads from Tibbs. Fury's 3rd with Smokey in 4th. Mutts Nuts is in 5th. Peaceful's now up to 6th, trying to chase him down. Dean's lost out to Peaceful. Louis Allen's lost out to Dean in 8th. DJ Philclen, Daz Automatic and Future Revenge trying to stick with him. Ratchet is actually gaining on Future Revenge, even though every time I've seen him brake, Ratchet looks like his left headlight is just blinking a little bit. It doesn't seem to be doing it now. It seems to have calmed itself down.
Right did a little bit then.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, there we go. The left again there. So it's just every now and again. But with 33 minutes to go, so the pit window will open before the end of the next lap. So it's 2 minutes here. So next time around, I imagine some of this bottom half of the field, Louis Allen down may pit. Even Mike, maybe even Dan might pit.
Yeah. Well, Dan has now pulled 2 seconds out on Tibbs already.
Yeah. And Fury's caught Tibbs.
Yeah.
So Fury catching Tibbs.
Smokey in 4th.
Just read that. I don't know what Tracy meant there, but she's retracted it anyway. Mike, a little wiggle out of turn 1. Daz now gaining on DJ Phil. The only 2 Audi drivers. Phil a little deep on exit. Daz keeps a tighter line.
Daz's car looking very second-hand at the back.
Well, it hit Dan at turn 1. Then it was involved in that incident with Mike and Ratchet later in the race. Mike, by the way, even though he had a bit of damage here, he's really hustling into the back of the Mutts Nuts here. Even giving him a cheeky flash on his race 250. Mike feeling obliged to flash the Mutts Nuts. And he's not far, he's not a million miles away, from Smokey.
I tell you what, the damage Mike might have on the car might be improving the handling.
Right, there we go.
It's open.
Pit window now opens. So the first car of Dan will be the man to be able to box first. Let's see if he does. Mike, though, right on the back of the Mutts Nuts. Too much exit curve there. Loses all momentum out the corner. As Daz up the inside at the hairpin, past DJ Phil. Daz moves into P10. Good move there from Daz. Now Mike really trying to hunt down the Muts Nuts, coming towards the final sector. Smokey was in 3.2. It's a big gap then back to Fury, who's 11.9 ahead of Smokey. Dan stays out. Tibbs stays out. Will Joe pit? Could have damage to his car. This is going to be the question. No. Joe stays out.
So aggressive on the curbs.
Yeah.
You're not in the Bentley, Joe.
He was like it in the M4 last night, it looked like, as well. As here comes Smokey, up over 1, up over 2. Smokey stays out. The Muts Nuts. Muts Nuts pits.
That's a light pit entry.
Although the chicane is a tricky one to see, but yeah, that one will probably be looked at. Mike takes that place. Louis Allen stays out. He has got himself ahead of Dean. Dean is stationary, not sure why. And Dean now pits. And that's a cut over the pit entry as well. So what happened to Dean there? He was stopped on the racing line. Daz is also in the pit, so everybody got past Dean. Did Dean have a bit of a disconnection of his wheel? Possibly?
Well, that got to be looked at because they were caught on stream.
Yeah, the only one we didn't see was Daz. So Dan leads 3.2 from Tibbs. Tibbs has opened his gap back up to Fury. That gap's back up to 6 seconds. He's 12 seconds out of Smokey. And Mike, now he's not got that much nuts in his way, can head after Smokey.
Mike probably would have saw Mike start to cut that, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that one goes in, yeah. At all. Mike here, surprised he didn't box early. Yeah, it looked like he had a bit of damage from contact with Daz, but he's got pace here at the moment to try and hunt down after Smokey.
The damage, as I say, may have fixed the handling. It might be handling better now. He's given himself from front aero. Maybe a nice bit of dent in the bumper. Bit of downforce. Because video game logic. As Dan's now 4 seconds in front of Tibbs, who's pulled away now from Joe. They've completely dropped Smokey.
Yeah. Mike's gaining on Smokey. Future Revenge is trying to gain on Phil. Muts Nuts is done. Dean's done. Daz is in. So, Muts and Dean done.
Daz is away.
Daz has now got to recatch everybody. Sorry, Dean's got to now recatch everybody because he dropped to last. Did not want to cut people up, Dean's saying. End of the day, Dean, you have the right to pit. If they hit you, that's your fault. That's their fault, sorry. So Dean saying he didn't want to cut people up, that's why he stopped. Well, he's done wrong there because he's also then cut the pit entry line. It's the driver's fault behind to notice if Dean's going in the pits. If he's pitting, he's pitting. If he gets hit, it's the driver behind to fail to look at that one. So Dean, trying to do the right thing, has done the wrong thing. He's now going to probably get himself a penalty for a cut pit entry. Mike is now in. So Mike boxes, Louis Allen, DJ Phil, Future Revenge, and Ratchet stays out. And Ratchet's on the back of this little tree, the quartet here.
It is a nice little train happening here between Phil and... Well, yeah, Phil,
Yeah.
Louis and...
Yeah, Louis,
Future.
Phil, Future, and Ratchet.
Yep. There's two Pro-Am drivers and two Am drivers in this.
Yeah, Pro driver,
Next year.
Pro-Am, 2 Ams. Next year, we don't know what. DJ Phil getting Louis Allen a flash of the lights here.
Go on, Phil.
DJ Phil, 4th place last night on the PS5. He fancies himself now, doesn't he? Look at him. All over the back of Louis Allen. He's giving another flash. Here comes Ratchet. Gets her on Future Revenge. Ratchet's going to have the inside line for turn 5. And Ratchet up the inside.
Good for
Thank you, Mama, for the carrots. Good move. Set him up. Peaceful is away. Where's the Muts Nuts? Coming down the start straight. I think Peaceful's jumped him. He has. So good overcut for Peaceful there.
Yep, as Dan's now nearly 5 seconds in the lead.
Whoa, Phil's nearly ran into the back of Louis Allen there. Gone so deep at the hairpin.
Is Dan in? No, Dan stays out. Tibbs.
Stays out.
What about Fury?
I'll let you keep your eyes on them.
In.
So Fury in. Smokey nowhere near. And we know Louis Allen's not. Because Louis Allen's gone very, very wide. And DJ Phil's gone right around the outside of Louis Allen. Ratchet can't get the move done. Future Avenger's still there as well. This little quartet squabbling's really going to help Peaceful gain on these four. The question is, do any pit now? So Fury and Smokey's through. Louis through. When is Smokey's stop done?
Smokey.
Sorry, Fury's stop done.
He's not stationary yet. He is
Louis in.
now.
He's stationary now. So up he goes. 30 seconds worth of damage. He's turned his damage off to be repaired. Where's Mike? Going up to the left and right. Just after the Schumacher S's. Mutsnut 7 seconds behind. Dean Wasocki 19 behind. He's got a gain on Louis Allen. And he might, you know. Now that he's got free air and Louis Allen was in that scrap. What a race tonight's been. What an absolute brilliant race.
Oh, more GT4s. Let's have Pro-Am and GT4s. And
oh, fantastic. Fantastic racing. So Fury's still in. He's dropped now.
He's away now.
And Mike's only just got to the chicane, so he's going to be well clear of Mike. When does he come off the limiter? Where's Mike on the track? He's off the limiter. Mike's breaking into the last corner. So Fury still has the gap over Mike. Now, Ratchet's trying to attack Phil while Future Revenge trying to stick to the back of Ratchet. And with the track still getting drier as the time ticks on, or still getting lighter range, should I say, as the time ticks on. You know, I don't see the track drying, but, you know, what we do see is the chance for the tyres to get a bit warmer and into the right grips here. Tyre pressures could be a key as the race goes on, just with that track getting a bit grippier.
You may see drivers searching for wet patches to cool the tyres.
DJ's had his Weetabix tonight, says Micro J's. Louis Allen out the pits, breaks into turn one, and is only just is just a bit ahead of Dean Wasocki.
Tibbs is coming in.
Tibbs is in. Ratchet's on the gravel. Future Revenge is through. So job done for Future Revenge. He can now hunt down after DJ Phil. Oh, as I've pressed replay. Apologies.
I fancy Weetabix.
Dan leads. Tibbs in the pit. Smoky Devil is nowhere yet near Tibbs.
No, Smoky Devil's now only just come through the chicane. And he's in. Well, he's gone in too hot.
No, he's cut it. He's had to cut it.
Yeah.
He's had to cut it there.
He's got to do another lap, so far too hot into pit lane.
Yeah, way too hot. Way too hot.
Phil has the car beside him.
Smoky through. Phil and Future Avenger side by side. Watch for Tibbs exiting the pit lane now. Or being dropped. Not yet, he's not been dropped, but keep your eyes out for him dropping. Ratchet's in. Future Revenge up the inside. Oh, he breaks on the grass a little bit, does Future Revenge. That's going to allow Phil to keep the place. Phil's deep, though. Does he get the run out of the corner? Yes, he does. Fury rounding the last corner here. Has Tibbs got damage? Tibbs is down. Fury's going to be a lot closer to Tibbs, you know.
That was a long stop by Tibbs. Very long stop.
Gap Fury to Tibbs. Well, we don't know at the minute, because Tibbs has already passed the start line. Mike, then the Mutsnuts, Louis Allen. Louis Allen's 5 seconds ahead of Dean. Dean's got 8 seconds to Daz. His Future Revenge and DJ Phil are absolutely going tooth and nail here.
There's Dan.
Yeah, Dan's about to lap. Daz automatic. So
yeah, but Dan cover Tibbs? No, he doesn't. He stays out.
Yeah, I think Dan will go to the limit here, if I'm going to be honest with you.
He's probably keeping an eye on that and planning what pressures to have.
Yeah.
You know, which is a lot easier adjusting things like that when you've got a
just
wheel.
Checking the tyres and seeing what they're doing. Obviously, track's still only 8 degrees, but with that rain getting lighter as the race goes on at the moment, you know, Dan can afford to just do this. Dean's gained on Louis Allen a couple of seconds. Daz has gained a lot on Dean. We're watching Future. Oh, looking up the inside of DJ Phil. Can't get it done there. DJ Phil has been in the thick of some fights tonight.
He has. He's been everywhere, hasn't he? Every fight has been DJ Phil.
Ratchet's out the pits. Where is he? He's behind the Mutsnuts. He's ahead, though, of Louis Allen. So that's where he is. Mutsnuts is off, though, at the hairpin. Is Phil or Future going to pit? Oh, I thought Future was coming in there, but he doesn't. Smokey this time gets it stopped in the pits. And Fury did gain a lot of time. Look, he's 4.9 off the back of Tibbs.
He gained about 3 seconds on Tibbs.
Yeah. So good stop for Fury compared to Tibbs then.
Yep, as DJ Phil and Future's battle continues for another lap at least. Phil's very defensive into turn 1.
Yeah.
But poor Future nearly hit the back of Phil.
Dean's got the gap down to Louis Allen to 4.7 again. So Dean's charging on Louis Allen at the minute. He was charging on DJ Phil last time out in the GT4s, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Daz is little blue flags from down behind him.
Yeah, so Daz is going to have to yield shortly.
Because I saw the marshals waving it on the side of the circuit. So
Smoky Devil's now dropped. Tibbs is through, Fury's through, Peaceful's through, Much Nuts is coming. Much Nuts will not get Smoky. So Smoky behind Peaceful. So Peaceful's jumped Smoky.
yeah, if I was Daz, I'd pit now because he's going to get held up. He is. Dan's
in. Yeah, Dan's in. Saw the traffic. He's bailed. He's boxed. Daz got the gap down to 4.4 to Dean. Dean's got the gap down 4.1 to Louis. Dan in comfortably. Phil and Future, the gap to watch at the minute. This is the fight to watch.
Well, both of them peel into the pit, so
Well, they've still got a couple of laps left. Yeah.
Phil is throwing that Audi.
He is. Danny's still not yet stationary. Long old pit lane here.
We could, speaking of long pit lanes, tune in next week.
Oh, Mazzano. That's yeah. Oh, Daz missed his box a little bit too far forward because of your Bentley. I noticed on his stream.
Oh, what a shame.
And here comes DJ Phil and Future Revenge. Into the chicane. Daz is up, Dan's up. 30 seconds pit stop he does.
In.
Phil peels in, so Future will lead this race. Where's Tibbs? Coming up to the chicane now. I think Tibbs could lead this race, you know.
Should. Well, Dan's box is pretty clear because
Yeah, Dan's got 16 seconds. 11. Tibbs into the final corner. Where's Joe? Entering the final corner now. Dan's only just been dropped.
And away.
And off. So no, his stream was a little behind what I was seeing then. So Dan away.
Stevens about between Dan and Tibbs.
Yeah. And I think that top three. Dean's within 2.4 of Lewis. So Dean is coming on Louis.
And Daz is coming after Dean.
And Daz is coming after Dean. Much Nuts trying to chase down Smokey.
Right. Future's the last person not to pit.
Yeah.
Does he go
I think well, we've seen the undercut works well tonight, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, the undercut works pretty well on every circuit, I think. Oh, Future's wide. Not off the track, but very deep. As he heads into the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. For the Nürburgring Grand Prix loop.
Right, so Dean to Louis Allen, 2.3. Daz to Dean, 1. So Daz a little closer to Dean than what Dean is to Louis at the minute. Good racing tonight. Really been impressed with the GT4s tonight.
Yeah, and well, I reckon around here the Janetta could have been an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
Not Janetta, KTM.
I reckon the Janetta could have as well. I reckon you get someone like Gary on the track, and the Janetta
Gary
could possibly win the race.
Gary likes it a bit moist.
Yeah, I'm going to say as well, look at Kyle Army. Gary, how good was Gary in the Janetta at Kyle Army?
Yeah, he won, didn't he?
The race, he got a second place, you know, and took pole position, I do believe. So, you know, Gary does well.
25th pole.
He got Janetta's 25th pole as well.
Future missed the chicane and he's on straight into the pits.
So Future in, that's probably good for Dan because Dan was only 7 seconds off the back. Where will Future come out? Louis Allen's wide. We're on board with Daz, but Louis Allen in the gravel. Louis Allen and Daz, teammates last year. Daz and Dean both get through.
As Daz has definitely repaired his damage, his paintwork looks a bit better.
Dean to DJ Phil, 10 seconds. Can Dean hunt him down? Dean's had good pace all night. Much nuts to Smokey now 1.3. Future's in. Tibbs has passed. Fury's coming past. Will Mike. Mike's at the final corner.
I think it has eased off raining. I could barely see any.
Yeah, I can still see some spots. It's not as clear as the PS5 version. I can still see some spots, but track's still wet. Mike gets through. What about Smokey? He'll probably bring the Mutt's nuts with him. Tell you what, Dean could be looking at getting closer to Future Revenge and possibly DJ Phil here.
Future Revenge is still stationary.
Yeah, Smokey will be through. Mutt's nuts will be through. Ratchet's at the final corner. He's probably going to be through. Where is Future's pit lane? Oh, about halfway down. DJ Phil will be through. So the question is, Dean, final corner. Dean, Daz and Louis. Future Revenge could be last here.
Yeah, Future's down. And
Future's now away. When's he off the limiter? He's off the limiter. Now. Oh, well, that was slow to get off the limiter. Here comes Dean.
There goes Dean.
There goes Dean.
There goes Dean.
Dean goes deep. Does he get it back on? He does. Will he keep it out of Future? No. Him and Daz, bit of door rubbing there. Dean's right on the apex. Daz can't turn in anymore. Dean is there. And Dean now trying to get past Future. So now we have a little ding-dong between these three for 9th, 10th and 11th. And Dean has looked racy all night.
He has looked racy.
He's tapped Future! And Daz gets them both!
And Daz says, thank you, mama, for the carrots.
And then Dean just pulls out to Louis' way. And Dean lets Louis through. So Dean's gone from 10th to 12th. And now he needs to head after Future Revenge once again.
Yep, as Daz capitalised there on the two Janettas falling over each other. Tibbs has taken a little tight, closed in a little bit onto Dan. Just a smidgen, but
yeah, he's gained a little bit. Fury's also sticking with Tibbs a bit.
That's another 2 tenths then. He's sustained onto Dan.
That's 1.7 from Smokey. Phil 2.4 off the back of Ratchet. Daz nowhere near Phil. Future just touching the gravel. That could make Louis Allen and Dean a little interested. Let's get the poll out for... kind of, yes. Let's get the poll out for driver of the day.
Oh, I'm not logged in on my phone. Oops. I know who I'm voting for driver of the day.
Yeah, I've kind of got two. You know, I'm not gonna put Dan and Fury on there.
No, because
they get a little boring at times. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put 4 drivers on there that won't normally get on there, and if they do get on there, unless they've had an absolute blinder, never really get sort of picked. Hypertech and DJ Phil took a joint one last night. Do you know what? I think he's had a decent night. We'll put him on there. So the driver of the day poll goes up now. Tibbs, Dean, DJ Phil, Mutt's Nuts are the 4 I've put.
I can't see it because
I kind of already know my one for what I'd vote for in the comms box. But an honourable mention to all 4 of them drivers. I think they have been really good. All 4 of them, I think, have been good tonight.
Yeah.
I know Dean's down in last at the moment, but I think he's just, he's had a good night. He's been racy. He's on the back of Louis Allen once again here, by the way. Future Revenge lost out to Daz, 2.3. Dean once again looking on the back of Louis Allen. Going to tuck up the inside at turn 4? No. A little more patient through turn 4 now. Dan's opened that gap back up to Tibbs. Tibbs has also pulled a couple of attempts on Joe. Mutsnuts has lost a lot out to Smokey. Oh, Dean, send it on the grass. 2 wheels on the track. And Louis Allen taps the rear of Dean there. Well, I'm not sure who'd be at fault for that. Dean technically had 2 wheels within track limits.
Yeah, and he was already passed by the apex. So.
Yeah. So Louis turned in on Dean, I reckon, there. But Dean, good move again. Pulling off another blinder. Can Dean now head after Future Revenge, who's only just up the road? There he is, look, you see him. Can he chase him down? Daz has started to tear time out to DJ Phil. In fact, Daz could have been the other one after race 1. Damn, that would have been another good one. Oh, just watch them curbs up the Schumacher S, says Dean.
Pity we could only have 4 votes, isn't it, for driver of the day?
Because I think there's at least 5 drivers, with Daz included, on that list.
Well, I know who mine is, so...
Tibbs losing out to Dan, but being caught by Fury. Now, Dan will really want Tibbs to hang on to that second place. The rain's still easing over the next half an hour. Track temp hasn't dropped down to from 8 degrees. Now, you said an interesting point last week, PM. In Am, because there was less drivers, the track temp seemed to drop a lot.
Yeah, because...
In Pro-Am, where there was more drivers, it didn't seem to drop as much. So, is this the thing for tonight? Will we see in that 45-minute race Am drop below 8 degrees?
Possibly, because there's, what, only 7 of us?
7, yeah. Here comes Louis Allen on the back of Dean. 6/10 gap already. So Dean in the last sector pulled out 4/10. And Future looked a little wide at turn 1. So Dean's within 2.9. If Dean could just neaten it up a little bit, I reckon Dean would be, you know, with Daz hunting down after DJ Phil.
And I have no place being in the top 3 of either series when I'm on a controller. of Am or PS5.
Huh.
I'm on a controller. I've got no place.
Well, Overtaker, you know, Jamie and Overtaker's won championships on the controller, so you never know.
Yeah, but I ran out of buttons for manual gears because you need buttons for other things as well.
Jamie doesn't use manual gears?
I think he does on his stick, I think.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Here,
No, Jamie's not here, and he didn't win it since season 1. Pro-Am. Hey, if it's a championship, it's a championship. Louis Allen was on the back of Dean. Louis Allen's gone off at the hairpin. Revenge. That is now the closest fight on track. Dan's internet just going all over the place again, look.
Yeah, it's going red again. I can see the bar climbing. Oh. I would be on the phone, well, onto the live
to the
chat,
internet provider.
And saying, oi, what's going on? Why
at the same time, every night, this seems to happen.
Yeah, I would be literally in that live chat complaining, saying, well, if you don't do nothing, I'll take my customer somewhere else.
Dean within 1.6 of Future Revenge. Still using a lot of curb here, is Dean.
Got to be careful on them track limits. You probably will be getting
He's not got one. I'm looking at his stream. He's not got one. The only persons I can't see is Fury, because he's got it set different. Dan doesn't have any. Tibbs doesn't have any. Daz doesn't have any.
Oh, Michael's deep into...
So Dean gained 2/10 in the middle sector, and he loses 3/10 in the final sector, just through sliding through the chicane. 1.7 Dean to Future. He is hunting him down. Really charging his Daz. Has he got time to get Ratchet?
Ratchet's what, another 6 seconds up the road from Phil? Maybe 9 minutes?
This was echoing on PN. I've unplugged my headset just in case that was the problem, Jay. Please let me know. Yeah, 9 minutes, 2 minutes a lap. Daz to gain on Ratchet. About 11 seconds. Only one way to find out. Dan's internet looked like it has stabilised itself.
I can hear the echo from my headset.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
How about now? Yeah, I can still hear it. I'll shut up there.
I don't know if that's your end then. I'm not sure. Hopefully there's no echo now. Dean's had a big mistake somewhere because all of a sudden Louis Allen's back within 7/10. PN?
No, I can still hear it. It's coming through your headset. If I could hear it through my ear. I want to throw this bloody PlayStation out the window.
Okay, I've rotated my bit around. You'll have to tell me if you can hear it now. So Louis Allen is on the back of Dean with socket.
No, I can't hear it now.
Right, there we go. So Louis Allen on the back of Dean Wasaki, 7/10 of a second. That gap. Daz looking at the chicane on DJ Phil. Wow, Daz really having a look there.
Wasn't going to work there because the door will be slammed shut. As it's on around the final corner.
Daz wants to get past Phil quickly here. The quicker he gets past Phil, the quicker he'll be on the back. Or can try and hunt down Ratchet. 10 seconds to gap with 7 minutes left. I think that's impossible, Pian. as we don't have PN at the moment. Daz now having a look at DJ Phil for turn 2. Looking stuck underneath.
No, I'll just try to turn my headset off and on. Don't know. Yeah, it's still there.
Daz then coming through. He's got past DJ Phil. He's now got 10 seconds to make up. Louis Allen close to Dean. Dean just cannot get to Future Revenge. What an interesting night. We just have to put it with it, I reckon, Pian. Nope. No Pian. Sounds good now, says Jay. So Louis tried to gain on Dean. Dean not really going to gain on Future Revenge at the moment. He's just making too many mistakes. Ratchet now gaining on the Mutts Nuts. Pian, are you there?
Kind of. No. Jay said it sounded good, probably because I had my headset off. I don't know what's going on, but I could be my battery's nearly dead on my headset.
There's no echo on the stream. I've just turned the stream up while I'm muting my mic. There was no echo there, so all good. That end. Daz, 11.5 to Ratchet with 5.5 minutes left. PN. Ratchet, though, 1.6 to the Mutts Nuts.
Yeah. It's fight. Lower down. As Dan.
Yeah, there's no echo on the stream now. Right, Louis Allen, 9.4. Ratchet went off through the chicane. Went very wide, not for long. Louis Allen just cannot reel in Dean.
No, well. No, it's just that Beamer don't have a pace and... Oh, I thought Dean looked deep then from Louis' angle.
Well, Dean wants to try and hunt down after Future Revenge just to score some more points. But Dan out front, PN, what a job he's done tonight.
Yeah, he's done everything he needs to do to keep the title alive.
So as it stands at the moment, with the championship like this, race results like this, sorry, Dan will lead by 1 point.
Yeah,
1 point.
Pole.
Wow. And we go to a track where BMW should be strong next week, but if rain's around, do you again fancy Dan?
Dan's gone off. Dan's gone off at the chicane.
He has. Now where's Tibbs? Not even near the chicane yet. Dan's back on.
Yeah.
Oh. A little pressure for Dan.
Oh, Fury is throwing the car around. He really is pushing.
Well, he wants to push. He wants to get on Tibbs. If he's just heard that, he'll know what he needs to do.
Yep. As Mike comes round the final corner. Quiet night for Mike. Race. Well.
Yeah,
this
not
phase of
the
race.
first race he had, but the second race. You know, he's 250 FP4. It's a good one for him.
Yeah, apart from the before the pit stops with all the contact.
That's the thing. If there wasn't the contact before the pit stops, would Mike be actually challenging Fury right now?
Cool. Well, that'd been interesting.
You know. Dean's back within 1.6 of Future Revenge. Louis within 1.1 of Future Revenge. This championship.
A worthy addition for GT Falls.
Down to the wire. Louis trying to catch Dean. Dean trying to catch Future Revenge. They've got 2 laps to do it, really, because Dan's bottom end of the circuit. They've got the lap that Dan's on and the lap after.
Yep.
To catch and pass. Tibbs down to 5.9 to Dan. Tibbs to Fury. Has Fury had a mistake? 7.1. No, it's just opened up a little bit.
Yeah. Don't think Fury's car's working now.
He needs to make sure Peaceful doesn't catch him.
Whoa. Fury's on the grass.
He is on the grass. Where's that? Schumacher S's. Where's Mike? Oh, he's only coming into the hairpin.
Bit of dirt showdown there, or Burnout Paradise drifting around the corner. Yeah.
Well, he's got plenty of fuel in his Fury. Looking at his stream, plenty of fuel unlike last week. He's wide again. Joey's struggling. Oh, where's Mike? Coming up to the left-right-hander. Dan's going to have 2 more laps here. 1 more lap, sorry. And all of a sudden, with Joe struggling,
Are they all struggling?
Leaders on final.
I don't really know. Dan's on the final lap. Joe exits the chicane, a little drifty. What's the gap to Mike now? It was 17. It's now 13. He's lost 4 seconds. So if he loses another 4, you know, he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But not massively. Dean, 1.8 to Future. Louis, 7/10. If Dean wants to get Future eventually, he's within a second now. Future goes deep at the hairpin. Dean's got a lap and a half to get this done. We've lost a driver. Smoky Devil.
Smokey.
I saw a dot well off.
He's lagged out.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's a disconnection. And with it being the penultimate lap of the race, he's going to score points for 12th.
Yeah. He couldn't help that with a disconnect.
Yeah, no, that's
You
a
get
disconnection. You're not going to quit from P5 on the grid.
that. No.
You're just not going to. Not on the last lap of the race. Mike to Fury, still 13 seconds. Dean is not going to get Future revenge. You feel Louis Allen's closer to Dean than Dean is to Future. So a disconnection for Smokey. There's no point Smokey even trying to get back in because it's just going to... He's not going to
Hold
get to
up for 2
race.
minutes.
Yeah, he's not going to get to race here. And with everybody on the lead lap, it isn't going to do diddly. But Joe to Mike, 13.6 seconds. Dean squarely out the chicane. Louis getting closer and Dean's losing out a lot of time to Future.
Stan's coming through the right-hander towards the back straight. If you could call it straight, because it's got a corner in the middle.
Yeah, it's got that little kink. Gap to Mike's Fury, 11.6. But Fury needs a big moment if anything's going to happen. Dean is under pressure from Louis Allen into turn 1. Gets it turned in, does Dean. Has a little wiggle on exit. Louis can't get through, though. Where's Fury? He's pretty much on the straight. But this man, unorthodox 16.
Is he out of fuel? He's very slow.
No, I think he's just trying to go across the line with Tibbs. I don't know if... I hope Tibbs knows what Dan's doing here. I mean, could you imagine if Tibbs nicks the win from Dan here at the very death? Dan, though, wins the race. It's P1 for Dan. P2 for Tibbs. Fury will hang in there for P3. Very steady from Fury at the very end.
Mike, P4.
Yeah, solid result for Mike. P3 for Fury. It's going to be P4 for Mike. Should have been P5 for Smokey, but it's going to be P5 for the Mutts Nuts, who's clear of Ratchet. Mike, P4, better race 2 on his 250th. Could you imagine if that was Dan? Oh. It's a Chevrolet 1-2 as well, by the way. So Chevrolet 1-2 as we wait for the Mutts Nuts. He's got 2.8 over Ratchet. Pierre, good night for the man on his first outing in GT4s.
It's not bad, and going downgrade into the PS4 version as well.
Yeah. Coming as a filler to help out with low numbers. Great for Mutts Nuts to do. Comes in, takes a P5 and is in the poll for driver of the day. Nobody actually voted for him on that poll. But the Mutts Nuts going to come across for a P5. Good result for him.
Ratchet and P6.
Yeah, good result for Ratchet. P6 after a P12 race 1. Daz couldn't hunt him down quick enough. It's going to be P7 for Daz. P8,
Again,
DJ Phil. Phil's had a really good, an interesting week. P4 yesterday. He's been in the thick of fights today. Future Revenge, P9, as he comes to the line. Dean didn't get him. Dean's also going to get P10 ahead of Louis Allen, who will finish P11 in that one then.
And
so
Smokey's
that is the
2
race
laps.
done. Yeah, Smokey 2 laps down. Disconnection, we do believe. But he will score 12th place points because it was penultimate lap. And that's a bit harsh when he's P5. Right then, what this does to the championship PN is very, very interesting because Dan now leads by 1 point. 1 point Dan leads by. Smokey.
If only it was Suzuka.
Oh,
Or if you had
Mizano.
Fuji.
Imagine if it was just a bit more of a level track, a bit more of an even track. Smokey, P3. Mike is only 59 points behind Smokey with 71 to play for. Impossible, maybe. but Michael give it a good go. Future Revenge is P5. He's only a point ahead of Tibbs for P6. DJ Phil moves into 7th. Louis Allen's up to 8th, ahead of Dennis Newman 9th. Kishanyika 10th. Dean Wasoki moves into 11th place. He needs 51 points to get ahead of Kishanyika. Probably not going to happen for Dean. Piensdan 12th. Offner, Doctor Who, Daz in 15th. Sooty, Gary Bryn, John Andrews, Ian McKizzle, Lucas Roth, Mutsnuts, Ratchet, Monkey Boy Overtaker, and Shane. We are joined now in the commentary box by Unorthodox himself, and while we await for Fury, Dan, we had a bit of a scary moment a moment ago as we thought it was you who had disconnected due to your internet going all over the place again in that second race, but luckily it wasn't.
No, I did have another sketchy moment again. I really don't understand it. I might have to go and pester Sky about it, but yeah. 1-2 for Chevy Camaros.
Yeah.
So
great
I'm
result.
happy with that. Not only just did I feel good around here, but it showed that the Chevy was a good car around here because Tibbs followed me home in that one. So yeah, brown pants moment when I saw my internet having a moment, and I told Fury, and he got excited, and then it calmed down pretty quickly. So yeah, lucky
you're now the most successful driver around the Nürburgring. You've got the Chevrolet to have more race wins than the Ginetta. It's only 3 wins behind the Ferrari, in all fairness. You've got the Chevrolet to also be 4 podiums behind the Renault, which is doable for next week. What else is there? The Chevrolet's 1 pole off the Renault as well. That's doable for next week. But you've got that 1 point lead in the championship going into Misano. It's not a lot, but it's a lead.
I mean, let's be honest. If Fury has a decent Misano, the BMW should be OP there. But I may have to speak to my American cousin and see if he can give me a helping hand. I'm joking. But no, like it may be a point, but I know what Fury's like. Especially if it's dry at Misano, then you got to favour Fury in the BMW. If it's wet, then I may stand a chance. But I think the BMW is just going to be too powerful at Misano, in my opinion.
Are you confident going into it? Do you think you can win this championship?
Confidence is where we'll find once the track is being set. I don't know what the lap times people will be doing until we all get in there. And Fury doesn't tend to practice, and he doesn't need to practice. He can come in and set those lap times alight straight away. He just seemed to be, this was his bogey circuit. So I don't know. I love Misano. I think it's a fantastic circuit, great track and all of that. But I think that BMW will have the edge. I will set it the Camaro as best as possible in the corners to try and hunt them in Sector 1 and 3. But Sector 2, I think that BMW will just extend its legs and just disappear.
Well, Dan, most successful driver you are now at the Nürburgring. That was race win number 73 for yourself. Congratulations and best of luck at Misano next week.
Cheers, man. Shout out to Tibbs. He's really helped me out in that one. And yeah, Fury, commiserations on this week, man. But I'm sure we'll come back strong. And like I said, may the best man win at Misano.
Yeah, indeed. Joe, P3 in that one. It's all it looked like you could really do.
Yeah, the BMW is not the car around there at all, I'm not going to lie. It's a handful.
It's a handful. You turn to Misano next week for the first time this season, second in the championship. But it's only 1 point. Do you feel more confident going into Misano, knowing it is going to suit the BMW a bit better than the Chevy?
Yeah, if it's dry, I think the BMW is going to have a good chance. I mean, I know Dan's going to give it all he's got as well, he always does. But, you know, BMW, power, car really. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear tonight.
You can kind of just hear in your voice, Joe, that, you know, you knew you're kind of a bit deflated that the BMW's not sort of done you any favours like it's done all season.
Yeah, it's kind of let me down tonight, considering it's his home territory, so it's let me down.
You move to Misano. Can you win this championship?
Honestly, I don't know. I know what Dan's like. I know he can just, out of nowhere, just start destroying races, and if he's leaving it to the last minute, then fair play to him, because I know what he's like. I was ready for a fight from Dan. all season, and he's gave it, but now he's just starting to take that lead back.
Well, Joe, commiserations on the P3, but well done tonight. BMW as well now, one podium away from its 100th. So interested to see there. Mike got his 250th race. Dan becomes the most successful driver at the Nürburgring and can only add to that tally this week. Gary could challenge him, but probably won't when you've got Ripper and Overtaker on the grids. Don't really know what to say there. Pien, final thoughts from you today and your driver of the day.
Driver of the day for me is Tibbs. Without a doubt, it's Tibbs. Solid night by him. Tricky conditions, but the Camaro looked good around here.
Yeah, it did indeed. I'm going to give my driver of the day to Tibbs as well, so he gets the commentator's driver of the day. Dean Wisocki gets the fans' vote for driver of the day from the audience, and Peaceful in the chat, he'll take P4 after getting caught up with Smokey and Daz. Micro J's got to love this GT4 championship. Peaceful Stepdad congratulating Dan. Dean saying great racing. Tibbs for the win, says Max Mulder. Phil says he likes Weetabix, and Tracy in the chat saying good racing, Tibbs. We'll be back live Wednesday night for the Pro-Am season. Titles wrapped up for Audio Sport and Unorthodox, who's become a 7-time champion, but there is pride at stake and other positions up for grabs as well. Pro will be back Thursday night. Overtaker versus Ripper, 30 points in that one. Who is going to take the action there and join Sunday night? Snetterton, night race. It's a week of night race. Fury leads the championship, bidding to become a 4-time champion there, with nothing confirmed in Pro now that Dan leads by a point. Fury looking to become a 4-time champion in the PS5 League. Join us Sunday night for that one. And if you want to catch some of the AM action tomorrow night, I at least can guarantee you that Dean Wisocki and PN Motorsport stream their POV on Twitch. Head over to their Twitch and check them out, as well as all the drivers tonight. Tibbs, Fury, Dean Wisocki, Daz Automatic, Dan Unorthodox are 5 of the drivers who have streamed it. Mike Matthews, Peaceful Explosion, has streamed it on YouTube. So if you want to check out the drivers' POVs, go back and watch their channels. Indeed, hit that thumbs up button here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell to be notified, as we are in that penultimate week of the season here on ACC, the PS4 edition. Thanks to Pien once again tonight. Congratulations to Dan. Commiserations to Joe. But it is game on for Misano as we head back to Italy for the 3rd time this season. Good night.
Good night.
It's game on for Misano as we head back to Italy for the 3rd time this season. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And if anyone is still watching my stream, thanks for watching the sketchy stream. It was a bit weird. I don't know what happened again. But hopefully we should have some decent running tomorrow night in Knock Hill, hopefully. That's the championship we really want at the minute. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. And we shall catch you tomorrow night at Knock Hill. So
20 days till Christmas. 20 days till Christmas.
Dude, I already ended it.
No, you didn't. Guess who's put a ticket in on Future Revenge?
Mike.
Me.
Why?
For the last 2 or 3 weeks in GT4, he's been pulling up drivers who's been out of position at the start.
But he was
out of position, Smokey Devil. So I've gone, right. The drivers have never been out of position, so they've all been NFA, so I want to see his argument now. I've put it in because it was caught on stream. Right, let's head into the other
one in on the
party.
pit?